That was like your early day, huh?
Yeah, it was weird. I'm definitely I was not used to it, but it was cool. It was nice getting off early. It's really weird getting off at 5 p.m. It was like, what the hell?
That's awesome, dude.
Danny, what's up, dude?
What are you
Been
doing,
like
man? How you doing? What are you grabbing on there?
30 years.
I know
This
it's
is,
been a long time.
I got some shepherd's pie.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Irish Day.
Back before COVID, we used to sell
Yeah,
that.
it's only been like what 17 years, Mark.
Yeah.
I used to see it at the skate park.
Yeah, it's been way too long.
Yeah.
All right, so check it out. Today's guest is Danny Moitoso, ripping high alumni, class of '99.
Yep.
Oh, you're doing intros now? I see how it is. Okay.
Oh, hang on, we'll roll the intro. Episode 10. So we came up with a slogan. It's called "Rough around the edges, smooth around the brain."
I don't like it.
No.
The other one,
Oh,
way better.
that's not bad.
What about what was the other one I said? Joseph's was the best one. It said, "Not drunk, just tired."
Well, yeah, but you guys don't drink, so
I know, so it's not as good. You're right. What was the other catchy one that was
It's
good?
more of an inside thing with that one. The other one that you said that I liked was let me look it up real quick. Smarter than tomorrow, dumber than yesterday. I like that.
Oh,
that was pretty good.
That's
That's
Right.
a good one.
Megan came up with one that said, "Glass half full, brain half empty." I thought that was pretty smart.
That sounds like a rap to me.
I thought like a play on like our era or our generation would be like good, you know,
I don't
like
even know what our generation is. So.
we're Gen X 2.0, dude.
The inventors of scrambled porn.
We're like right in the Gen X
Scrambled
and
porn, dude.
Gen X and Gen Y. We're like right in the.
Look, I remember
Hey,
scrambled
hey.
porn, and I also have a YouTube channel. So
Danny,
I'm
do you
Gen X.
remember scrambled porn?
Of course, I remember scrambled porn.
Isn't that so cool that only like people that are our age will go through that in their life to, to know what it's like to watch a scrambled ass screen and just wait for a boob to come along?
Dude, Rippin had the best scrambled porn ever, man. We had like 2
Channel 99.
channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam and Eve. Remember Adam and Eve channel and
Yeah.
oh, what was the other one?
Spice or something like that, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course I remember. And I remember my parents caught me. They were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, nothing. Changing the channel." Like, why are you watching scrambled channels? I'm like, "Oh, it was a movie I was trying to watch. It's a movie, a real good movie."
Do you remember the illegal black box that people would get?
Oh yeah, dude, my neighbor had one.
So I had one of those, right? When I was 14 years old. And I used to set my VCR to record porn at 2 a.m. at my house, and then I would sell it at school. And I'd sell it at school the next day, right? So I was like a little entrepreneur. But anyways, my dad and my stepmom, in the house I lived in, my stepmom one night finds the porn recording at 2 a.m. and starts freaking out and yelling at my dad, thinking that he's the one.
Do you remember Patrick?
Yeah.
Who married Diana, ended up marrying Diana. You remember that guy?
Yeah.
So in school, when we first, like, I think it was probably, I'm going to say it was my sophomore year. So probably his freshman year. And he was like, "Dude, I've got a tape." And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, it's like 3 hours long." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Bring it to school." And he's like, "All right." I was like, "Let me borrow it over the weekend." And he's like, "Yeah, you can have it over the weekend." And I remember Mr. Reinman caught us, and he was like, and it was a blank tape, just a black tape, just blank, nothing on it. And he was handing it to me, and Mr. Reinman saw us, and I was like, there's nothing wrong with trading tapes at school, right? And Mr. Reinman was like, "No, as long as it's not Debbie Does Dallas." And we're like, "No, we're good." And he handed it to me, and I remember we traded that tape around. That went to like multiple dudes. Like, I mean, that was hardcore shit. Having 3 hour tape of porn.
That was
big deal.
That was gold.
It was big deal.
So I want a couple things real quick. My dad, who is a computer entrepreneur kind of guy, he sold the black boxes. Like
Wow.
he figured out how to like break them.
Hell yeah.
For Dish, whatever Dish network.
Yeah.
But he figured out how to break them in the early 90s or whatever.
Now it's all about the Roku box.
Yeah, and then I was gonna bring up the porn tape that my younger brother found of him, but I'm not gonna bring that up anymore. Even though
Dude, Joseph used to slang porn tapes back in the day.
That's what he was. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy, right?
It was like the smartest move. How come I can't?
Oh yeah.
Nowadays, I
would have bought one. How much were they?
that I once had when I was fucking 14. I was trying to go big.
How much were they?
I was just selling them for $10.
How did I not know about this?
That's way too much.
It was early, dude. He was like in sixth grade or something.
Great deal for porn when you're 14. That's a hella good deal.
Dude,
That's a
You
great
know
deal.
how hard porn was to accept, to be, to get a hold of at that time.
So, in I don't remember what age, but right down the street, again, I'm not going to mention names, but I went up into our friends. You guys know them. I'm not going to mention them, but I went up into their garage and found all the dad's Playboys. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Like it was 1970s. Like I found one that had a mohawk bush, and I was like, "Punk rock, let's go."
And I won't mention any
He's
names.
got one. He's gonna bring them up.
I won't mention any names either, but there was a kid who was my number one customer. I'll say that.
John Juarez, where are you at, dude? Come on, John.
That's so funny, dude.
Like he was my number one customer. I remember that.
That's too funny.
Dude, look at all his toys, dude. He like repaints a lot of that stuff too. That's
No, he
sick.
bounced
man.
out.
He'll be back.
You didn't do a very good introduction, by the way.
Well, we're learning.
I don't have any 70s anymore because I sold them
used
with my
to.
collection.
I got rid of them too.
But I do have.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Pamela.
No, this is Jenny
Oh,
McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, McCarthy.
But
Her cousin's hecka hot.
there's Pamela.
Oh, there's
McCarthy.
Pam.
That's what. What's his name, Tim? Mike Haddock. That's what Mike Haddock says.
Oh, yeah.
Just came in here. You say hi?
Hi, kiddo.
Hi.
I like your green shirt. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy Day.
The leprechauns
St.
come.
Patrick's Day? Be shy.
What's your name?
You want to tell him? Tell him.
He's like, no, Dad.
This is Emma.
That's
Hi,
him.
Emma.
I got an Emma too.
Yeah.
My daughter's name's Emma. Yes, sir.
Don't listen to this.
Yeah.
Don't watch this.
Yeah.
Right? Like right when I'm like, oh yeah, look at this.
I'm out. That's funny. You guys got headphones? The audio is so much better with headphones,
Oh yeah, I can grab headphones.
Me too.
but not
You guys
Bluetooth
are- You guys
headphones.
sound pretty good actually.
Because
Yeah,
Bluetooth
there's that-
headphones.
that's
Yeah, your audio is actually really good too.
this is all good.
Dang.
Danny, have you looked into that? Is there any resale value in those, or
These are like $10.
yeah?
They're like $10 each.
So I used to have a box. I actually
think this
went
one's like
to-
20 now.
They just got to be rare, like, or in really, really good condition.
Yeah.
I
Really,
went
really
to
good
an
condition.
estate sale in Tahoe, and it was actually Hugh Hefner's butler. So he had boxes of them, and half of them were missing the
Centerfolds.
pull out.
Yeah.
But I tried to resell them, and it was just like it was.
Yeah,
I
it's
bought boxes for $5, so boxes of them. But even anywhere I went to resell them, they're like, yeah, we're not going to give you much money for them.
Yeah.
Uh,
You might find a collector, but it's a tough market.
Do you make?
That's what you do, right?
Is that what you
That's
do
kind of
full time? Yeah, I was gonna ask. Is that what you do full time?
Me?
Yeah,
I used to. I mean, I've kind of like
dialed
I'm
it
kind of
back.
doing nothing right now. I mean, literally, I've been looking for a job, and it's been tough out. But I'm not looking for just fucking any job. I need a job with benefits, and I need something. I want something in the morning because I don't want to sacrifice the time with my kids. Because I mean, I've been in my kids' life their entire life, like the whole time, and I don't want to just like bounce out and be like, "Hey, I'm out now," just to go make a little bit of money,
Yeah.
unless it's really fucking good money. But
Yeah.
like, I got offered a job that was like go around inspecting power poles, and it was good money and everything, but I was going to be gone all the time. I would have been home on weekends maybe, and I guess just like the look on my face when he was telling me that like I might have to travel out of state and I could be gone for like 3 weeks at a time. And I was like, I was doing this during the interview, and he was like, "Yeah, you got to do that." And I was like trying to like lower my eyebrows, like, "No, yeah, I'm good, I'm down."
Sounds like a
I'll
job
do
for
it.
a single man.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a guy that hates his old lady and his kids.
Right? And it's like, I'm like, what world is this a good job for anybody? Like,
Yeah, dude. I can't. I have to. I mean, you know me. Like I do like 10 different side hustles. You know,
right?
because I can't do that. I need.
I saw that you're doing the solar panels. Is that
You can make. It's pretty lucrative, man.
there's
You
a
can
lot
make-
of solar panels up here, but I mean, I can make side cash. I can make
Yeah.
I can make
You need,
under
like
the
you said,
table
like-
money. I mean, there's always a trim job, but it's like I don't want to do that anymore. I've been trimming for years, and it's
Yeah.
Is that so? That's like the weed market that you're talking about.
yeah, and it's the price of per pound has gone down. Like I have a friend who pays me $150 a pound only because he's my friend. Like he pays other people like $125 a pound, and it's like that. I mean, you can only do that for so long, and it's just
Tedious work.
It's a lot of work.
yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, you
It's
get into
fucking
a
work.
rhythm, and it goes quick. But I mean, it's easy money still for sure. I mean, when somebody hits me up, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. You know, it's easy, quick, easy money. So
Yeah.
you can never turn down quick cash. I'm actually gonna be dealing cards this weekend at HSU.
What's
No
that?
way.
Oh,
It just
Humboldt
popped up on
University.
Blackjack?
Craigslist. Yeah, I'm gonna do blackjack. They offered roulette, and then there's also she said you'll make money, do more money doing craps, and I was like, I've never done craps.
So what's HSU mean?
It's actually called Cal Poly
North or
University.
something.
It's like Cal Poly Humboldt is what they call it now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the college that I went to. And they're like doing it for the students, and it's $200 for the night. And I was like, sign me up, let's do it.
And some tips, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said 200 plus tips, and I was like, all right,
Probably some
Yeah.
food and drinks and shit too involved.
yeah,
Ah.
hopefully.
I always
I just-
tip my dealer.
I hope there's not just a ton of drinking. I mean, it's fine. I don't really. I'm sober for 7 years now, so it's like,
What?
yeah, no alcohol for 7 years, almost 7 years.
Dang.
Coming up this month.
Mark,
Yeah.
fix your camera.
Dude,
But,
I don't know.
it's
My
tough
camera.
being around a bunch of drunk people. I mean, one or two is fine, but it triggers a little bit. It's like, oh, I wish I was drinking with you.
So you know Barry, right? Crepini? Maybe not. So anyways,
Barry,
well, we got-
wait.
he's
Sounds
from Ripon.
familiar.
It's like 2 years older than us, maybe.
Yeah, a couple years older. He plays bass and stuff.
He's a year
for Blast
older than
Bandits.
me. So
Okay,
he's
it's 2
definitely
years
older
older
than
than
you
me.
guys.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
He's
we
older
had
than
him on.
you?
We had him on a couple episodes ago, and he was an alcoholic, like blackout every day alcoholic, and he doesn't drink anymore either. So Mark feels attacked.
Well,
You're
I kind of
alright.
feel bad now.
At least you hold it together, bro.
You're not a blackout alcoholic, though.
You're not a blackout alcoholic. It's fine. It's
I
not for
was a
everybody.
I
blackout.
don't. It's not fine when we have a guest on that is.
Hey,
you know.
Don't even trip about it, dude. I'm going on 7 years and I am beyond.
Congratulations,
I hang
dude.
out with bikers. There's always at least one or two guys that's drunk off his birth. You know, it's you get over it. It's
And
all
I
Yeah,
like
you do a lot. You ride bikes, you fish,
fish.
you do the online thing. Like I see this on Facebook. That's how I know.
Yeah,
So
He's
you,
a hustler.
You dabble in everything.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Just
a little hustler.
Make money wherever I can. I'm trying to find a real job though. That's the tough part.
Fuck a real job, dude. You don't need a real job.
Now
You should
they
be able
have
to get
jobs. Yeah.
the thing
I've
about
lived
right
here
now.
for 15 years. This apartment for 15 years, and
Oh, you're in an apartment?
gets old. Yeah, I mean, 3-bedroom townhouse. I mean, it's big. I got a big yard. I got a huge kitchen. But I love my place. I mean, I would never move out of here, but I don't want to be attached to anybody. I want to be some land. I want to just grow, you know, by myself.
So you're like in the city. You're like in the city.
Yeah, it's McKinleyville. We're like a township, basically.
Okay. All right.
Eureka is like the big city.
That's where freaking Reese lives, dude.
yeah.
Reese
Noble
lives in Eureka?
Yeah.
He was on. So last
Get
week.
the hell out of here.
So we had him on last episode, and he was talking about he lives in Eureka.
What?
So,
when did he move here?
He's lived there for
years. Few
years.
How
Yeah.
have I not run into this fool?
I don't know.
His dad
You know-
never says anything. I'm friends with his dad on Facebook. He never says anything.
You know, it's one of those
What
things.
the-
I don't know.
No way.
Yeah. Reese is.
No. Does he smoke?
Yeah.
What
He,
the-
he makes gummies.
Yeah, that's like what his job is.
Yeah. His job is making gummies, dude.
What the fuck?
He's like blown away.
What the fuck?
I wish I had an explosion
God
effect. that I could
damn,
drop
dude.
right
That's
So I have to
So
ask
wait.
you the same thing then, because I asked him, "Have you ever been to Neyland, California?"
oh yeah.
See, Reese has never been there. He's like, it's 15 minutes away. I've never been there.
You'll have to send Mark a picture one of these days of the city limit sign or something if you're ever near it.
I can do that.
So wait,
Next
so
time
how,
we go right there.
so how far is McKinley from Eureka?
McKinleyville is about 20 minutes.
Oh shit, it's like Stockton from us.
Yeah. And it would be a little bit faster if we didn't have this safety corridor that you have to go 50 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
So there's
Yeah, you guys live right around the corner from each
I
other.
can't believe that Reese lives here, and I've
Yeah.
never seen him, because I've seen my homeboy's sister lives here, and I see her. She hates me now because of my drinking days.
Oh,
Because I got shit faced drunk at her house, and
Hell yeah, that sounds like me.
I went into her bedroom when they were sleeping, and like they woke up and they were like, "What the fuck are you doing in here?" I was like, I don't even know. Like,
Oh shit, that
my
sounds.
bad. Like,
That hell, it sounds like something I would do. I love that. That's
just
exactly.
checking out the house. Nice house.
Yeah, that's hell funny. That's
What?
like I swear to God, I've had that exact same situation when I was drunk.
oh, dude.
I've done that exact thing.
We
when I
were
was
making
drunk.
breakfast at like 6 a.m. and she's getting ready to go to work, and she's just rolling her eyes the whole fucking time. Just like, whoops.
I love that. I got some friends, ladies who hate my guts because of my drinking days.
No, I lost a lot of my friends. Lost a lot of friends because of my drinking days.
Me too.
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, there's people that don't like you know, Ben. I'm not trying to say any names again, but Ben Reynolds. I'll say this straight up. Like, he didn't talk to me for years, and I didn't understand why. And I was like, why isn't this guy like every time I go to Ripon, I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, you want to hang out? Like, I used to go over there and hang out in his garage. And I was like, what did I do? Like, I don't remember doing anything. And I hit up his sister. I'm like, what's going on? Like, why hasn't Ben hitting me up? Years, like 3 years. And finally I get a hold of him. And he tells me this story that one day I invited him to go to a Raiders game. And I texted him. I told him I was going to pick him up too. And this is weird because I wasn't driving at the time. I had DUIs. So, and I always got rides to Raiders games. So I don't know how I'm offering this motherfucker a ride when I can't pick anybody up. So obviously was like super drunk. And I guess like I sent him a text message the next day, a picture from the game. I'm like, where are you at? And he was sitting on his couch and had canceled a trip with his family to like go with me on to this game. And he's like sitting on the couch watching the game, and like halftime he gets this text from me like, where are you at? And I was like, dude, I'm honest, I can't remember that. I don't remember doing that, and it sucks because it's
That's
like that's
crazy.
how drunk I used to get retarded at Raiders.
So what was your like poison? Like what
Dude,
was
fucking
your
Coors Light, dude.
Coors
Coors
Light?
Light, yeah, Coors Light and fucking shots. That
Of
was
what? Whiskey?
fucking anything I get my hands on.
See, it's
Whiskey
hard
was
to
the
hang, man.
whiskey was what caused me to crash into my neighbor's house
like in a car?
in my truck. Yeah, I crashed into. I got in a fight with my wife.
Damn.
And peeled out of here. It was raining, and peeled out of here. That was pretty much the beginning of my like.
Wait, so are you still with the same?
Yep, she stayed with me.
Wow.
Dude, she went to jail for 2 days for me for that shit.
Damn.
She was
Because I lied to the cops, and I was like, it wasn't me, it was my friend. My friend, he stole my truck, and he crashed in the neighbor's house, and I don't know anything about it. And she lied to the cop for me under oath, like, or not under oath, but like, while he's filling out the police report, and he's telling her, he's like, it's a felony to lie to a police officer. And she was trimming my weed at the time, and he was like, it smells like weed in there, like, what's going on? And she was like, oh, I just got done smoking. And he's like, it doesn't smell like smoked weed, it smells like fresh weed. And she's like, yeah, I don't know, I opened the jar, and she closed the door behind her, and she's like lied to him straight up, was like, yeah, it was his friend. And I came clean eventually. But she had a warrant for arrest. We both had warrants for arrest, and she had like a guilty conscience and was like, I'm gonna go turn myself in, they're not gonna do anything. And they fucking arrested her. She turned herself in, and they cuffed her and was like, all right, let's go in. And she was surprised, and I was like, what? And I was like, well, I'm not gonna go fucking turn myself in. I'm like, I'll just wait till the fucking court date.
Yeah.
And I showed up at the court date, and they were like, we don't even understand why you're free right now. They're like, when you got your DUI, you should have still been in jail. And I was like, well,
sounds like a good woman.
Yeah. Oh, he's solid.
Seriously, damn.
Yeah,
He's solid. Like,
gangster.
dude, that ripped
Hell
my heart
yeah.
out seeing her behind that fucking glass, dude.
Damn.
And
Damn,
he didn't have
gnarly.
kids then. This is before we had kids. This is
Okay.
right after we got married.
That's crazy. That's awesome that she's still with you though. That's fucking
Yeah.
dope.
Oh, no. She, at one point during my drinking, she took, after I had pulled a knife on my homie, she,
You got stories.
I got all kinds of stories, dude.
Damn.
I pulled a knife on my homie. This was like basically my bottom. I'd been drinking all night, and we got in a fight over text message over some stupid ass shit, over fucking breast milk, bro. I was giving him a hard time because his chick stopped breastfeeding. And I was like, oh man, you're fucking pussy, blah, blah, blah. Like, why are you guys giving up already? Da, 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 da. I'm just talking mad shit. And he started talking mad shit to me. And it started going back and forth and getting heated. And I was like, let's fight. Let's do this. And I fucking grab my knife and go booking it out in flip-flops, go booking it out my house. And my wife was just waking up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. She's just waking up to go get ready for work. I'm supposed to be watching the kid all day. And I go booking it out the front door in my flip-flop, fucking running to his house. I get there. His buddy's there waiting for me. And he's like, what are you doing? And I flicked a knife out on him. And he's like, oh, you want to flick a knife? And he goes and gets a baseball bat. Hit me over the head a few times.
Oh.
And was like, you're fucking drunk. Get the fuck out of here. And I jump on the phone to call the cops, and like somebody else had called the cops. Because as soon as I get on the phone, they're like, is it such and such address? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, there's already an officer on the way. And I was like, okay.
Damn.
So they get me and they're like, where's the knife? And I had ditched it because as a smart person I was. As drunk as I was, I knew not to have a knife on me when a fucking cop gets there.
You weren't that drunk then.
So I ditched the knife and they get there and I'm explaining to them, I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He hit me with a baseball bat. And they're like, cuff, cuff. They're like, get in the fucking back of the car, you fucking idiot. And this cop that arrested me fucking changed my life. Like, first, he took me to the hospital because my heart was beating like crazy and I was tripping. I was like, dude, I have to get home. I have to watch my son. I'm supposed to be, watching him today. My wife's got to go to work. And the cop's like, you were going to watch your son today?
Damn.
He's like, you realize how drunk you are? And he's like, your heart rate's going like crazy. He's like, I'm worried you're going to have a heart attack. And I'm like, well, I need to get home. I need to get home. And he took me to the hospital and he sat me down for like 2 hours talking to me, just telling me like, you need to change your life. He's like, you're going to lose everything you have if you don't fucking stop drinking and realize what you're doing right now. And I get out of jail 4 hours later and I call my wife to pick me up and I'm like, hey, come get me. I'm out. She's like, I ain't picking you up. She's like, you better call one of your friends. She's like, you have all these friends. You better fucking call them to pick your ass up.
Also a fucking good woman. You know what I mean? Like, she's went
like,
to jail
I'm
for you,
packing the
but she's
bags
also
right
like,
now.
fuck this.
She's
I
like,
ain't
I'm
coming
packing
with
our
you.
bags and we're leaving on a flight 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Oh shit.
I was like, what? And she's like, I'm leaving. And she hung up on me. And I was like, what the fuck? So called her back yelling at her. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the hell do you think you are? You can't do that. Da, da, da. She's like, stone colding me, was just like, nope, I'm leaving. And I was like, and didn't tell me when she was coming back. I was like, holy shit. And that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll go sober. Like, I won't ever drink again. I was like,
I want to ask you, did you use a program or was it just?
so they wanted me to go to rehab and they were like, well, you need to go to rehab. And I was like, if you find me a rehab where I can smoke weed, then I'll go to rehab. I was like, but weed's not my problem. And I was like, and if you want me to quit drinking, I can't quit smoking pot too. I'm like, I'm like, that's going to be, I'm like, first of all, drinking's going to be really hard, but I can do it. And my best friend next door was like, you can't do it. My dad was like, you can't do it. There's no way in hell. They're like, you drink way too much. There's no way in hell you're going to be able to quit. And I was like, you take my fucking kid and I can do some amazing things.
Yeah.
I mean, it messed with
Dude,
me.
well, good for you, man. It's fucking awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
I didn't have a choice. I mean, she gave me it. She was like, I told her, I was like, if I ever pick up another beer again, I will go straight to rehab. I was like, but I can do this. I was like, I don't need no program. And I did AA. I went to a lot of AA meetings. I went to AA every day for like 6 months. And
Every day?
Not every day, probably 5. I did 5 days a week. I didn't do weekend.
Okay. And what is it, like an hour? Is it like an hour-long meeting or what?
Yeah, it's an hour-long meeting, and it was like right down the street, so I could walk there. And I used to take my kid, and I was like one of the only guys that would bring, and people would thank me. They would be like, "Thanks for bringing your son. Like your son is really cool." And he would be chill. I'd bring his little monster trucks, and he would play with his little monster trucks while I'd do my meeting. You know, I'd talk sometimes. And
you said this was like 7 years ago, right?
this was when I was in AA. It was like, yes, about 6.5 years ago. And I stopped going because my sponsor relapsed for the 3rd time.
Damn.
And I was like, bro, like, and I was getting tired of it.
Your sponsor relapse?
My sponsor kept relapsing.
Oh shit.
And I was like, dude, how are you going to be my sponsor if you keep drinking?
Yeah.
Like, and he would be fine. He'd go like 30 days and then he'd get drunk. And then he'd come and talk about it. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, you can't be my sponsor if you're, and then I kept hearing that, you know, the people that I was seeing when they were coming in there, they would be like, yeah, I've been doing so good. I've gone 3 years and I drank. I got drunk. And I'm like, man, like you guys can't even hold it together. And it was not people like long years. It was more like, oh, I've gone like 3 months and I started drinking again. Got tired of it. I was like, all right, you guys can't even hold it together. And like the people who had year chips, there was a few of them, but it's just like,
good for you. Did he figure it out? I think weed, I mean, like I've been saying it forever, but I mean, weed is good. Like, for so many things, it's good that works for you,
Yeah. I went to the doctor and they were asking me about if I drink, and I was like, no. He's like, okay, you're sober. And he's like, you do any recreational drugs? And I was like, well, I smoke pot every day. And both my nurse and my doctor were both like, that doesn't count. I was like, okay, that's badass. Like,
green light. So was there anything that replaced like the drinking? Like, was there a new like habit, like a healthier but still maybe bad habit,
or an unhealthy habit that you replaced it with?
Coke. I replaced it with. I told everybody once when I was going to drink, I would become
The other kind of Coke.
not cocaine,
Coke.
but Coca-Cola.
I thought that's what you meant.
Sugar, man.
Sugar.
Yeah,
I
no
went
more
from
beer.
alcohol to sugar.
Cocaine.
Now I'm trying to kick the sugar habit.
Yeah.
So,
Ice cream was mine when I stopped
Same
drinking.
here, bud.
Ice cream. Fucking, oh man, I live for ice cream.
Gummy bears.
And that's the thing is,
don't do that.
Smoke weed. He smokes weed.
Don't do that. Don't do
he
that.
Smokes weed. I love the finger pointing.
I
don't smoke weed. I need to like, because I still drink. But
I haven't smoked weed for a long time. You never smoked weed,
never.
Did you? No.
Never been a pothead.
Yeah, I mean, all the parties that we would hang out, even at Jamie's house,
yeah,
never smoked weed. We would always be in the backyard.
I quit hard alcohol, but I still drink beer, and I drink a lot of beer.
That's a fucking big.
I love beer. I still drink the 0% stuff.
And that's a new thing. The whole mocktails and the 0% is the NAs are becoming because we used to have St. Pauli's, and then you didn't have very many options.
Not a lot of options.
You didn't have a lot of options.
Now there's like there's a real fancy name for one. I forgot what it is.
Near beer.
I know Guinness has one now.
We have Heineken Zero at my job.
There's a really good one though. That's like it's got a really good taste to it.
Mark, how long have you been off hard alcohol?
Years.
Yeah.
Good.
Probably around Robbie. When Robbie passed away, it's probably like I weaned myself off.
Yeah, he started slowing down.
I also getting with Megan, I realized anytime we fought, it was because of hard alcohol.
Yeah.
Right.
Anytime I cried,
right,
or went to jail.
Yeah.
It was the hard A.
Yeah.
So,
for me too, it was the whiskey, bro. I had the same thing, kind of similar to what Danny had. My old lady was like, old lady bounced, and I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, you're a piece of shit. You fucking when you drink,
Yeah.
Like I can quit drinking. She's like, well, that's easier said than done. Prove it. So I had to prove it.
It was either crying, fighting, or jail, or hard alcohol.
Yeah.
And usually all three of them coincided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I was drinking Fireball. That's terrible.
This one in the middle, I'm trying to zoom in there.
Klumpenstumpfen?
It's a weird ass name. This stuff's really good.
It's a fancy
non-alcoholic
beer.
Are you on your computer?
Weihenstephaner.
Weihenstephaner.
Do you drink? Do you still drink NA, or is that something you do?
Yeah, I'll drink a Heineken. Yeah, I have to. Okay. My buddy's 40th birthday was at a bar, and I was like, great. And I'm like, and you think it'd get easier, and actually it doesn't. It never does. Especially
I've never tried, so I would never know.
This holiday, especially, I used to get retarded on this day.
Yeah. Hey, but you could do so. You know what I do when I go to the bars, because we were still playing a lot of shows when I was like really hard, like not drinking. And it was weird because people would be like, "Oh, what are you drinking or whatever?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing. I'm not gonna drink." And they would like, "Oh, let me get you something," and they come back with a beer or whatever. So what I started doing, my grandma told me start ordering a Roy Rogers because a Roy Rogers is just a cherry Coke. So what I noticed was people like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" And if I say, "Oh, a cherry Coke," they're like, "Oh, let me get you something. Let me get you a shot." And they'll go give me a shot. But it's like, "Fuck, I didn't want a shot."
Yeah.
So if I tell them it's a Roy Rogers, they automatically assume it's an alcoholic cocktail. So then they don't offer the shot. So I don't know. That's a tip you could try out.
I love Roy Rogers, and I'll drink Shirley Temples too.
I was just gonna say that. I was just
Well,
gonna say
that's
So what's a Shirley Temple?
Sprite and
7 Up.
grenadine.
Yeah.
Oh,
7 Up
Sprite
with
and
Sprite,
grenadine.
Yeah.
what is grenadine?
Grenadine's just like a pomegranate, like red sugar
I always
shit.
thought it was a cherry drink.
A
It
lot
is
of people
cherry.
do.
Yeah,
They have
it's
cherry. They
pomegranate.
have different flavors.
I just found that out.
Well, the one that I use is pomegranate, but yeah, they have lots of different kinds.
So I remember back in the day they used to have these Fraggle used to love them all the time, and they were called like brain aneurysms or something. They looked like what were those called?
Brain hemorrhage.
Brain hemorrhage.
Yeah, I just made one of those today.
Dude,
A
we
few of
used
them.
to drink so many of those things, dude. Ugh. I could taste
It's
it. It has like liqueur
Bailey-
in it.
Bailey's peach schnapps and
Yeah, Bailey's.
that might be it.
Grenadine, right?
Bailey's a peach, and depending on how
You
you
gotta
want to
drop
make
the
it.
grenadine.
Oh, and then you got to do the grenadine and what's blue? Something in there's blue too, right?
Something makes it foam up. I don't know. It's gross though.
I think I used Bailey's peach schnapps, grenadine, and one more ingredient. I don't know.
So to be on the same subject, because I did stop drinking hard liquor. Anytime I'm at a bar and someone's like, "Let me buy you a shot," I'm like, "No, I'm good. I don't drink shots." And they're like, "What are you, a pussy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. That's fine. Call me whatever you want." No, I'm an adult and I know what I want to drink.
Yeah.
Say no, I only drink Scotch. 18 year. Sorry.
Yeah.
Single
Yeah.
malt.
When
How-
people ask me if I want to drink, I say, "No, that's okay. I've had enough."
Yeah,
That's what I
good.
say. And
That's a good
That's
one.
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
good.
then
I
you're not-
definitely have had enough. I drank my fill.
So Joseph is a fucking bartender
Oh,
And a-
nice.
and an ex-alcoholic.
And doesn't drink. That's
Yeah.
great.
Mad
But
tips, though.
I'm around drunk people constantly, so
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know
Where
how
are
you
you
do
working
it.
at?
I work at this place called the Fox Pub downtown Modesto, across the street from the Gallows Center.
Okay.
It used to be the Firkin Fox back in the
Working
day.
Fox. You
It's
might
like a
remember it as
two-story,
that.
right down the street from the Fat Cat on the corner.
Okay.
It's cool. It's like I've been bartending for like 12 years. It's definitely the best bartending job I've had. I love it.
That's good money too, especially downtown, man.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm at work and I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting paid for what I'm doing. So,
Right.
you know, it's a pretty easy job. I'm not gonna lie. The only hard part is dealing with drunk people that act crazy and shit like that. Other than that, it's cake. Super easy job.
And
That's
the
how-
hours are cool for you. They're like your hours are like your that's
Oh.
your like schedule. You know?
I love being nocturnal. Yeah, I'm like I'm not like out of it. Like I'm gonna fall asleep right now, but I'm not used to being up at 9 a.m. And this is
Yeah.
my first day I've been up like during that daytime. I usually go to sleep at like 9 a.m.
I know it's crazy. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
the
hard, sometimes
hours-
it's hard for us to kick it because it's like our schedules are opposite.
Hours are not for me.
But I do
applied
love
at
it.
the, there's a dispensary close by that my buddy works at. So I'm hoping to get in there. I've been wanting a job like that for a really long time.
Doing what exactly? Butt slinging?
I told him I'd fucking sweep the floor. Like I don't even care.
Anything?
Like, but I think it was like tending a room or something. I told him I was like I can do all aspects of it. I mean, I do a setup in my backyard every year. So
Bud tending, right?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they
I
call
hope that would be dope. But I think it's more of like the behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't even know. I was like, I'll take any position.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is the benefits. But
Yeah.
they do medical, and I think they like pay 50%, but there's no dental or. I'm looking for a job with 401k and fucking.
Yeah, I've never had any of that stuff.
I need to retire.
But I also don't have kids and a wife, so I'm
Yeah.
not tripping.
So on the YouTube channel stuff, what have you filmed? What do you got? Oh, Mark's back.
I've filmed a few like few bike rides, a few fishing. I did like a help video, a common problem on the PC when it comes to internet issues. But I mean, it's all like little stuff that I'll get inspired all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a video up, and then I get discouraged. There's so many guys, there's so many YouTubers, and I see what they put, and I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to fucking come up with all that content.
Yeah, dude, but you see my videos, it's like
Yeah,
I don't know. You could sell. I mean, you got skills at like doing stuff. You could sell, like, create a little course. You know.
Well, I was going to point out you're actually a really good speaker. So you have a story that you've gone through it. Have you ever thought about that?
Thought if I could, like, I've always wanted to be a motivational speaker, and I've always wanted to be one of those guys that came to our high school. Like, if I could find that job, that would be amazing. Because
you could have that job right now. All you do is start recording yourself telling your story, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, start with TikTok.
I've never thought about that. But see, I need somebody to interview me because I can't just
interview you.
Yeah.
We're interviewing you right now.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
And you're killing it.
That's why I wanted to come on here, is because I was like, all right, you know what? These guys are talking every week. I was like, I want to come on there and tell my story. Hopefully, I was hoping you guys are gonna give me some time to tell it too, because I've got lots of stories. If you get me started, you talk about a subject, I can probably tell you a story about it. I mean,
well, that's like us too, you know, like we got a lot of stories, and that's kind of how this started. Like we don't really get to kick it as much, you know. You got kids and families and jobs and shit. We're like,
I don't have a job, so I have plenty of time to. I haven't had like hardcore jobs. And you know, the one thing I get discouraged about is like, you know, okay, I'm 40 years old. I don't have a career. I look at some of my other friends who are like super successful, living in these big houses, you know, other people we graduated with. And I'm just like, God damn, you know, and I look at my life and I'm like, God,
weird. Like we grew up in Ripon where people we know seriously own big ass houses in Ripon.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how did that happen? Like,
dude, it happens because of debt, bro. Or how much debt do you have, Danny?
0. I don't have any debt.
Exactly. Neither do I, dude. And it took me a little bit to realize that too, because I felt like I'm slacking, you know, like I'm like, fuck, dude, everybody's got these nice trucks.
Okay.
I
have a little job I have a little bit of student loan because I went to.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I have a house loan, but I mean, like, I have a truck, it's paid for. My old lady's car, it's paid for. Like, I don't have any debt. I have 0 debt, minus, you know, a few $100s on credit cards or whatever, just because, you know, it's normal.
Well, we pay our credit card to 0 every
month. Same thing.
Same thing here.
So that's the thing, dude. It's like,
I'm getting
like, I was talking about this a couple days ago with my wife. I'm like, it's crazy when you think about big companies like Uber, like, because as a painting company, I wanted to scale, right? Then once I started scaling, I was like, man, fuck this, because all I saw was debt. I was like, in order to like really take it to the next level, I have to carry some kind of debt.
Yeah.
Right. Either debt to cover payroll, debt to cover supply costs, like something.
Yeah.
Debt to fucking buy another vehicle to put another guy in it or whatever.
Take a fat ass loan out, right? Basically.
And I was like, that's how these big ass companies do it. Like Uber don't fucking make no money. They have like, you know, they're millions of dollars in debt, right?
You gotta rob Joseph to pay Paul. That's the way, you know.
What I was gonna say is that, like,
so what I was saying was, to finish my thought real quick, was you're fucking winning, bro. I mean, you have like those guys with the big houses and the big trucks that guarantee you hundreds and thousands of dollars.
What I was gonna say is, like, yeah, you know, they have these big houses, they have these careers and all this, but you know what I hear from these people is they have 0 time and they're not able to do anything. I see all these guys, they'll like selling their fun projects. Like a guy that I went to, I used to go to church with. He's selling all of his fucking cool little product. He's got a dope ass boat, and he's got this old Volkswagen that he's had since high school, and he's selling it now. And I'm like, bro, like, seriously? I'm like, you finally have it done. It's finally running, and you're selling it? Like, what? And he's like, oh, I got 0 time to drive it because I'm working all the time. And I'm like, what?
Happiness.
Like, and that's one thing about me is like I have freedom. If I want to go fishing tomorrow, I can go fishing. You know, like
Yep.
yes, I have to pick up my daughter at 1:00 tomorrow. You know, from school. You know, but like if I want to go somewhere, if I want to go take them somewhere, I can. Like if I want to go
Yeah, it's hard. And once you've like
with
worked for
buddies,
yourself, it's almost impossible to go work for somebody else.
Yeah.
Dude, what I think is this: like, I think
I agree.
you can't, like, you know, take this advice for whatever it is, a grain of salt or whatever. But like, anytime I give advice, it's like advice that I constantly am giving myself. So it's like I feel like if I just focus on the things that I love to do, like money will come later, right? Because like I might be 60 by the time it all pays off. But like
right?
if you're doing something for the payday, it's like it'll never come. You know what I mean? Like it'll always never be enough. So like if you're just doing what you really want to be doing, something you really love, you're obviously going to get better and better and better at it. You're going to hone in on that skill, and then one day the money will just come as like as like a perk or like a reward, you know, to like just be like, I'm just gonna do what I want to do to be happy, you know, and fuck it. Like, would I be happy if I had a huge ass house and a brand new diesel truck with the fucking RV? No, I'd feel exactly the same probably, because I see the guy with the big motorhome. Well, fuck, I gotta get a fucking motorhome, you know. So I don't know, but I get just like that. I'm like, fuck, I feel like
Something
a failure.
that we all have in common is we're
self-made.
We're kind of salesmen, you know. So a salesman would always know how to get the money if they need the money, you know. So that's something Robbie taught me. Like, if you know how to sell yourself, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You're gonna have a job. You're gonna get the money. You might be broke, but eventually you're gonna find that to pay that bill or to do something like that, you know. So
Dude,
you're gonna make it happen. You're gonna make it happen. And that's the bottom line is you're gonna make it happen.
Gonna make it happen, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. I think, you know.
And then it's like, do you want to give up your happiness and your time to be, you know, like you said?
And I've had opportunities to take on some crazy ass jobs, and you know, I'm like,
some of them will probably require you to quit smoking weed too, which is total fucking bullshit if you ask me.
Well,
you know?
I'd see I've been offered a lot of those, and my dad, he can get me a job in pest control, and he was like, but you got to quit smoking weed. And I was like, yeah.
Or you just fucking get through the test and just never, you know, if you chop your finger off, just say you did it on Saturday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's you get randomly drug tests with those jobs.
I just got.
I agree with that because, you know, I still drink, obviously, but with the weed thing, they don't have like a good test to say when it happened. Like, so I think, you know, I'm an advocate for weed because I don't want you to screw with my alcohol. Don't tax my alcohol. And then
he's like, give the stoners their weed. Stay away from my beer, god damn it.
Yeah, quit taxing that. And then, but the weed thing is so weird because they can just test you, and it's like you smoked 7 days ago,
30 days ago, 45 days ago, depending on how fat you are.
Knock that shit off.
You remember Greg
Darby?
Deturi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little young kid. Well, he's not young anymore.
That's Carissa's little brother.
Yeah, Carissa's little brother. Me and him. I mean, we were heavy smokers, and he told me he was quitting, and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got this crazy ass job," and he's working over off of like Mountain House Parkway or something, and he worked in some lab, and he married a chick actually who's straight edge too, who won't allow like smoking at her house, gets like really bent out of shape if people come smoke over there, even though it's legal.
A little strange, dude.
I went to go visit him, and he was like, okay, so you got to stand like right here where the camera doesn't see you, because my wife knows you're coming over here, and she's going to check the cameras, and she's going to see if you've been smoking or not. And I was like, what the what? He's like, dude, just trust me. He's like, she already yelled at my friend for it, and he can't come over here anymore.
Wow.
And he's like, I want you to be able to come over again. He's like, so
Well, good looking out for him.
yeah, and I was like, and I'm like, where do I stand? I'm like we're like where? Like, he's like, you're good right there. And then he's like blocking me from like walking certain places in his backyard. And he's like, stop right there. Stop right there. He's like, because then the camera can see you. I'm just like, damn, dude, you got this down to a science.
You don't smoke cigarettes, huh?
No.
No cigarettes.
I never. It always made me sick.
Really?
Yeah, even
like dizzy and shit.
I tried to be cool in high school because Ryan Sibley smoked and Jason, they all smoked. So and I tried, and it was never.
Yeah, I smoked for fucking like 20 years, dude.
That's when my dad smoked for a long time.
I smoked like half a mark cigarettes.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is I tried to tell him not to smoke. I tried.
Well, you know how that goes. That's
you don't smoke anymore, Mark?
I still smoke.
Yeah, didn't I see a cigarette in your hand?
Yeah, he still smokes.
I tried to tell him when he was 17 or 18, just don't do it. It's not worth it.
I should have fucking listened.
My dad smoked from age 11 to 38.
Yeah.
Fuck, 11?
11.
Those cigarettes were fucking strong back then, dude.
That's good. My dad smoked till he was, I want to say like 55. I need to quit this shit. It's so
you
expensive.
should, man.
Yeah.
My friend's got cancer. I mean, I don't know if it's from the cigarettes, but it's in her knee and now it's in her fucking chest. And
cancer's fucking, I don't know, man. The thing is, some people fucking smoke cigarettes and shit like for 90 years and fucking, get hit by a bus, and then some people smoke cigarettes for 10 years and die fucking. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know shit, but I feel like it has something to do with your genetics too. I think some people are kind of predisposed to it, without really knowing it,
Just like how whenever I drink, I automatically black out and go crazy, and whenever other people drink, they have a good time all night and they don't act stupid and they don't fucking make bad decisions,
Right.
So I had to like relearn how to drink. So I've like retaught myself over the years how to like drink, and I learned that it's more of like intent. You gotta like set intentions. So like I realized like if I go, okay, I'm gonna go out and have some beers, I'm not gonna get drunk, and I practice that, right?
You're different than me and Danny.
Well, for me, I didn't want to drink, but I didn't want to not be able to drink. You know what I'm saying?
Cannot do that.
Because it would get weird. Like I was saying, like I'd start ordering Roy Rogers because people just like are accidentally pressuring me to drink. And so it was just like, it was creating more pressure by not, I don't know. It was just, at that time, it was just whatever. So at my cousin's wedding, we toasted and I had some champagne and my old lady's like looking at me all crazy. I'm like, it's cool. And I think I had like 2 more glasses of champagne and I was fine. And I was like, fuck, I just gotta like, when I'm drinking, just know that like, okay, don't get blackout drunk. Don't be a fucking cocksucker. You know what I mean? It was like that simple. And still now I only get drunk maybe 3 times a year, if that,
It's definitely not that simple for everyone.
I know that.
I have a buddy who only drinks 6 months out of the year. He will stop for 6 months, but like during that 6 months, he gets pretty drunk. I mean, he's able to handle himself. He stays home and doesn't do anything stupid.
Dude, is it you? I think you might have told me about this guy before. I think somebody else told me about a person they know that does that. He drinks.
I've never heard of that. That's crazy to me.
And then just stop.
Yeah, him and his wife every 6 months they like. Wow. They'll go 6 months on, 6 months off, and
that's crazy.
So hey, I wanted to ask you earlier. I forgot. Sorry to keep talking about the drinking, but
you're good.
I was curious.
I love talking about drinking.
I was curious what kind of drinker were you? Like, were you needed it to get to work, or was it like binge drinking as soon as you got home from work, or was it like all day? Like
all day. I used to actually use it as selling power. Like I used to sell cell phones at Radio Shack. So, and then like Blockbuster Video too, I'd be chilling like all we did was watch movies and rent.
Wait, you used to work at Blockbuster?
Yeah, I worked at Blockbuster. I started out at Blockbuster here
and Radio Shack.
And then I went to after Blockbuster tanked.
Are you the reason they don't exist anymore?
Dude, it's all your fault, Danny.
Dude, man,
It's all your fault. You closed down Radio Shack and Blockbuster, dude.
I'll tell you
Icons
why.
of our
I'll tell you
youth.
why both of them went down, because I watched them both go down. The reason why they went down is because they started putting their money into other little things. Like we started getting like Blockbuster, we would get like this shit that just, I mean, yes, it kind of had to do with pop culture, but they tried to treat it more than like a movie store. You know, we were selling posters and we were selling.
And then they did the thing. They tried to compete with Netflix. Remember, they were doing the on demand, and you could turn
Yeah,
it
well,
anywhere or whatever.
that's how basically how we got killed is like they needed to switch that. They had a chance. Blockbuster actually had a chance to buy Netflix.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they opted out. And when I heard that, I was like, that was
I listened to a whole
stupidest
podcast about
decision we made.
them. Do you listen to
Like-
podcasts at all, Danny?
Not really.
So there's
Sometimes.
one that's called Business Wars, and it's all about Netflix and Blockbuster. It's like a 6 or 8 episode long like series.
Yeah, that
It's pretty cool.
I
It's
was
a cool
so
story.
upset when they did that because I was like, we're done.
Carl Icahn, what's his name?
I'm
The
like,
guy
with
who
matter,
owned
I
it.
counted our days. I was like, I'm gonna give us like 6 more months before we tank.
Did you fucking swipe any cool like shit, like posters or like memorabilia?
Dude, my buddy, I wish I would have, but my buddy, he robbed him blind.
Oh, he saw the
And, like-
light, dude. He's like,
And
I'm
that
fucking
was,
wrong.
and I was, because I was a manager and I had a lot more, and I didn't think that they were going to fire me because my store was one of the top stores. My store was top store in the area, and we were $1 million store.
What year was this?
This was back in 2000. I was there from 2005, I think, to 2008.
Dude, I fucking miss Blockbuster.
Yeah, so it was like
Yeah, I hella miss
like-
Blockbuster.
it was up until they were done,
Damn.
and then I went over to Radio Shack, and it was the same shit, man. We started getting all this weird shit, and they stopped focusing on the parts drawer. The parts drawer is huge,
Yeah.
and that's where we made a lot of our money. And like those little parts, man, shit adds up.
Dude, those little fucking parts saved us so much back in the day. I remember like
Dude,
with
I
being in
mean,
the band.
And
It's
they
all the
started
time.
kind of slipping on that stuff. Like we weren't getting the inventory we used to get. That section started getting like smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
And we're just like, what are you
Selling
guys
cell
doing?
phones and selling RC cars.
They
and
were
shit.
all about cell phones and the RC cars. Christmas time. That's that was
okay.
fine. But it was heavy into cell phones, and they kind of fucked up with Verizon. Like we were going good with Verizon, and then they like fucked the deal up. Like we
Dang.
weren't getting like the same. We weren't getting the same store
So
inventory.
they're still around, right? You can order from them online and shit.
Radio Shack, I think, is RadioShack.com still, and
Okay.
I think there's still a Radio Shack open.
Somewhere.
There's a couple of them, I think, actually.
Danny
They were just, like-
Moitoso single-handedly shut down
Right?
90s
Both
nostalgia.
Blockbuster and Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it was horrible because both the places I had chosen, I love Blockbuster. That
Me
was my
too.
favorite job. I
That's-
used to do
love
video
walking
game
around there.
tournaments.
Yeah, that was just like the memes and shit. Every Friday when I got a paycheck, I went and bought VHS or DVD.
Friday nights at Blockbuster were epic.
yeah, I remember. Building the fucking video collection through Blockbuster when they would sell the old like the pre-watched movies. You get like what 5 for $25 or something like that. That
I
was
remember
sick.
going into Blockbuster on a Friday night, and there'd be like hella cute girls in there too, like getting movies, and it was like cool. It was like a little hub. Like, oh man, I miss it. It's
Yeah, it
awesome.
was the
All
spot.
right, what's your favorite find at Blockbuster?
Mine? Anybody's?
What's your favorite movie that you found at Blockbuster?
Man, I've got some weird movies that I like. If I say the movie, I don't want to say one of my
I'll
favorite
challenge
movies.
you.
Mark's a movie buff, man.
I don't want to say one of my favorite movies because it's creepy. Like people will be like, "Oh, that's your favorite movie."
Brokeback
It's not.
Mountain.
It's not. It's because it's my favorite.
All right,
It's just-
well then also
It's one of the
Is it Broke-
first
is it
movies I
Brokeback
think of
Mountain?
when people ask me that question. And it's Happiness. Have you ever seen that movie?
Half
Oh,
moons?
I've seen the thumbnail. It's like clouds, and it says the world happiness in the clouds. I've never watched it. I think my ladies watched it.
Yeah, it's a weird.
What's so bad about it, or what's so weird about it, or whatever?
It's just weird. It's got child molestation in it. I mean, that's not cool. I mean, I don't think that's funny at all. It's just the movie is just interesting to me. It's an interesting. And the end
It's
with
called
the
Half
end,
Moon?
it's a good movie. I mean, it's well done.
There's this movie that's hella creepy that I watched recently.
But that's not my favorite movie. That's just one of the things I think of when
Creepy
anybody
movies
asks
you
me that
found.
movie.
See, mine would be
My question.
Boondock Saints.
Mine
What
was
is it?
I
Boondock
love
Saints?
that movie.
That's a good one.
Mine was
Boondock
Traffic.
Saints, I just
Traffic's
walked
a good one,
past it
too.
so many times. And
Requiem for a Dream is another good one.
I hate
Oh
that
yeah,
movie. I hate
I
that
fucking
movie.
love it. I used to
hate
watch that movie
fucking
all the time, and Paul used to hate it. Why do you
I
watch
hate
this
it.
movie?
I
It's
just
so
watched it
depressing.
again. I gave it a long break because
So
that is a hard.
depressing.
It's just a
hard movie to
good
watch.
movie, dude. Like
So
It's a hard
depressing.
movie to watch.
it's a hard movie to watch. Vivarium. Have you seen Vivarium?
That sounds
yeah,
super
the one, the
familiar.
stupid house movie.
Oh god, dude, it was the
sounds
creepiest,
familiar.
weirdest. Here, let me share my screen. I'll show you
So,
right now.
so I remember walking around Blockbuster and finding Traffic and not knowing anything about it and taking it home and watching it and having my mind blown away by just everything about it, the way it's shot, all the different
Oh, I don't think that's the movie I'm
filters and
thinking of.
shit.
That's happiness.
Hang
Okay.
on
It's a
second.
weird movie and it's hard to find too, because it touches on some weird shit. Towelhead. That's another.
I don't
I got
know.
in trouble. I got in trouble for recommending that movie to a customer.
So this is the movie right here, Vivarium.
Yeah, that movie sucks.
That movie is fucking weird, dude.
I'm
There,
cool.
my favorite part about that movie is there's a kid in it that flips you off.
Yeah,
I like
that's what
him.
he's,
He's a good actor. He's
that's what
like.
he said.
Um,
I heard he's like a prick though.
Oh, Danny,
yeah.
Danny, have you seen Letterkenny?
What is it?
Letterkenny?
Letterkenny. That's that show, right? It's
Yeah, it's on
I've seen
Hulu.
like maybe an episode or two.
So you guys, I know
I
you
watch a
guys
lot of Trailer Park Boys though.
So we were all talking about it last week. I just watched it for the first time. I watched 5 episodes in a row. That's how much I liked it. It was awesome. I
What
loved
is
I'm gonna
it?
have to give it
Oh,
another
Letterkenny, dude. Letterkenny is the dude. It's so good, dude.
So good.
I always put it
So
on
good.
like before I'm going to bed, and I end up falling asleep.
Dude, the fart book episode. Oh my god, that episode is so.
I'm gonna have to
funny.
give that
The
another
cold
chance.
openers help. You know, it's got like a 60-second cold opener that just.
It's fired
the
the whole
best
time.
part.
What
I
about
really like that
you
fucking
guys
show.
remember the fart book though?
Yeah.
I don't
That
remember that
episode?
one.
Oh my god, that episode's hella funny. I think it's the
The
third
fart book?
episode.
Oh, yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
they like make a Facebook and it's farts and people are putting their farts online and
I
Emo
remember
dude.
that.
so funny, dude. So funny.
about-
There's a guy who went viral for that.
And it
He
was like,
recorded his parts at work, and he got fired from his job.
wait, what?
Yeah, he was a security guard at a hospital, and the room has. I think he was on Tosh.0. It had really good acoustics in the room, so he would fart, and it would sound really good. And every day at work, every single day. And so then he went viral, and his work saw that, and they were like, "Nope."
Really good.
They were like,
acoustics.
"You're farting at work. Like you got fired," and they fired his ass.
You can't get
Oh,
fired
yeah.
for
Good job.
you can get
because
fired for
of this.
farting.
So, what?
You can get fired for farting.
They didn't want their name,
That seems
their
wrong.
hospital name.
I mean, it just looks bad when you get online doing that kind of
Yeah,
shit. You know?
they're just
Yeah.
like, we don't want to be known for farting. We don't want to
Super
be
childish, I guess, but still,
it's
But
like,
I think
the
you got hired
acoustics
in
are
another
good. The
place.
acoustics are good. You know, you just got to go with it.
I love it how it's like when
I
he
mean,
had
it
the
was like,
fart, he went into
whoa.
this room. No, he went into this room to fart. The great acoustics in here. Hang on a second.
You guys have already talked about porn, but there was a female nurse who got naked for porn and got fired as well because she was like, "Yeah, I was just making,
On the job, he's like on the clock, dude.
On
getting
the
ready
job.
with a nursing outfit. God, jeez Louise. What
I
is
mean,
your-
I heard that was a thing. I I didn't see it.
Does your old lady work, Danny?
Yeah, she works with children with autism.
Oh, okay. I thought she was a doctor or something like that for some reason.
No. She's got her BCBA. Don't ask me what that means right now.
What do they call it? A para educator? Is that what it is? She's like a teacher?
Basically, she teaches other people how to she basically teaches people under her how to deal with clients. But she actually just took on, I think she said she got 3 more clients and she's really stressed out about it.
Oh, shit.
She's gonna be going more in home because she's been mostly remote. She's been doing most of her clients remotely, and she sees she just started seeing one client again publicly, and then she's taking on 3 more clients that she's got to go see publicly.
Is it like her own side business that she does?
No, she works with Starfish Hero. It's a business that it's here. They're really good to her, actually. I mean, she gets bonuses. She's got 5 raises since COVID happened, and I mean, so she makes pretty good money. Just, I mean, we're not 6 figures yet, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just she makes enough for us to be substantial, and we're able to save money.
What's the rates and stuff up? Is it similar to California? What's gas right now? Dude, gas is almost $6.
We have the most expensive gas.
Really?
Gas is $6 for I buy premium for my motorcycle, so that's it's $6.29. And then I think that I haven't got unleaded yet because I filled up long. I rarely drive. Once it started happening, I was like, all right, I'm parking my Explorer. I'm not driving that anymore.
I'm an idiot.
We have a Prius.
I'll sit in my driveway with the fucking truck just running, scrolling through TikTok.
We have a Prius, and that helps out a lot. So we put gas into that, and that's still only $35, $40, I think, to fill up.
Dude, it takes over $100 to fill up my truck, dude.
Yeah,
it's
100. Before this shit happened, where it got real bad, I mean, we were still paying $5.49, I think, and it was $95 to fill up my Explorer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I make that stretch 2 weeks.
Dude, I'm maybe a week if I'm lucky.
I make it stretch. I just I'll go fishing a few times, and that's it. To my fishing spot and back.
What is it out there, Mark? Mark's in Nevada.
Oh, you're out of state. Interesting.
Yeah, Mark's out of state too.
So I have we talked about the credit thing and trying to keep shit low, but I have a credit card for it's called Smith's, and so every dollar I spend there, I get a few cents off of gas, but it's still $5. If I spend $6,000 a year, I get 25 cents off.
I remember one time when I was up there, I was going home to get gas, and I remember it being fucking hella cheap.
Dude, there was one point.
It was 99 cents a gallon.
I remember pumping gas for 99 cents a gallon. That was
I was
amazing.
like, fuck, this is crazy.
Well,
I know it was 99 cents in Salida.
But
I gotta get some water, guys. I'll be right back.
Before, I don't want to be political, but Trump and Biden and shit. But during Trump, there was at one point I had it was $1.19, and that was that was 4 years ago or whatever.
It was 3. I think the cheapest it got here was 3. I think I saw $2.99. It was the cheapest we paid when Trump was.
Those are both way lower than the cheapest I've seen in Salida. I mean,
I don't know shit about politics, so it's
That's the thing is because I have discounts at the gas station I get it. So it's cheaper then, and then, but when I was living in Ripon in probably 1999.
No, it was
maybe earlier than that.
96 when I remember 97 actually. When I was 16, I first put gas in. I remember it being 98.
You were there at least until 2003 because that's when I left.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying the the
Yeah.
prices of gas. Still trying to figure out this camera, but yeah, the price of gas at one point, I know I was paying like 89 cents or something.
Good times. Good times.
Okay, I can share my screen here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know shit about politics either. I caught myself like a long time ago caring about them for a little while, and then I saw myself like arguing with somebody about it and caring about, and then I was like, what am I doing to myself? This is totally unnecessary. I don't need to like care this much and argue about it and like, and then I stopped and then everything got better and I don't care about it anymore and I don't know anything about it and I'm happier that way.
Who
I stopped
was it
caring.
that changed your mind?
What's that?
Who was it that changed your mind? Like, what president changed your mind?
Well, because I started caring when Trump got elected.
Oh, okay.
And I was like worried about Trump. I thought he was going to start World War III. I was tripping on him. And then I'll be honest with you, he won me over. Like in the long run, I was like, by the end of his term, I was like, oh, he's cool. But I stopped caring and I stopped watching. I stopped I wouldn't vote. Like I voted. That's the 1 year I voted. That's the only year I ever voted. And I was like, I regretted it. I was like, why did I vote?
Really?
I hella regretted it.
That was the only year you voted?
Only year I've ever voted, and I regret it to this day. Like I wish I would.
Are you registered to vote in Modesto?
I don't even know. I voted for Hillary because I was scared of Trump, and I regretted it. I like wish I would have never voted.
The only thing I would say is always vote in your local elections.
Oh, I did that too. I did that. I did some local voting too, but now I just completely just don't vote at all. Not that
I remember,
good or bad. I just stay away from politics altogether.
I gave up a long time ago, and it was because I argued with Barry over Obama.
Yeah.
And I like Obama. I just
Yeah.
didn't think he was going to be a great president. And then the argument just kept happening. And then I was just like, nah, I don't want to do this either.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of negative energy that's unnecessary. Because if Obama's the president or he's not the president, my life's not going to change one bit.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go through my daily life and do what I got to do. It doesn't matter who the president is, like at all. So why am I arguing about it and complaining about it? And
we're kind of fortunate about that because
that's true.
It is just a top mouthpiece,
just a puppet or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. And then we're no longer like, it doesn't really affect us other than gas prices.
Yeah. We're lucky because a lot of places it really does affect them. Like, like a lot of countries and a lot of other, states or whatever. Like it really matters who the president is or who the prime minister is or whoever. That could really change their lives. But here in America, I think we're free enough and lucky enough to the way it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I mean, anybody.
I learned it was out of our hands.
Yeah, hell yeah.
With the second Bush.
Okay.
When second Bush happened, I was like, yep, it's out of our hands.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
All these people were like, I didn't vote for that piece of shit. I did not vote for that guy. I did not vote for that. Blah, 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 blah. I heard that from a majority of people.
I think it's really silly that like there's literally only like two parties that you could pick from,
Right. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like that's just dumb.
So that's when I was like, I don't care. And then when I moved to Humboldt and I was like, oh, this is a political, like a safe bubble. Like you don't have to care about politics here.
That's cool.
Like it does happen. I mean, we definitely, when Trump was going on, we had a lot of Trump haters. It was going like crazy. And
it's kind of opposite in Nevada. We're the same way, but we're more of a red state. So it's just like everybody's a Trump lover.
When Trump got elected, when people were saying like, oh, he's not going to get elected. When he started running, as soon as I was like, he's going to get it. I was like, I was telling everybody, and my best friend, who was a huge Hillary supporter, and he was like, me and him used to get into huge battles over it. And I was like, dude, I will bet you money. I was like, and he would never bet me money. And he's like, I don't put money on politics. And he's like, but Trump, even my parents are like, nope, Trump will never be the president. Hillary, it's going to be Hillary. And when Hillary became president, my friend, I'm not kidding, I think he cried.
Yeah, that's true.
I think, did I say Hillary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we knew you meant
Trump
Trump.
became president.
I know
I
exactly
think
what
my
you're
buddy
saying.
cried. I think and he didn't want to admit it, but I think that he was like, our country. He told me, he was like, our country is going to hell. He's like, we're going into another world war right
Yeah.
now. It's
Yeah.
gonna
But
happen.
I know,
He's like, it doesn't even matter. We're all gonna be dead.
I was
Like, we're gonna
almost,
get nuked.
that was kind of me.
And I was like, that's not gonna happen.
I told everybody for his second term, I knew 100% he was going to get reelected without a doubt. Like I knew that was going to happen. But do you guys think that the celebrity status is going to? Do you think The Rock is going to be the next president at some point? Or?
I think it's sad how much celebrity status matters in this country, and I think that for sure he will.
If
get
another
whatever he wants to
celebrity
do.
runs and they're popular enough, they're gonna, especially The Rock. The Rock's that's a landslide.
Hell yeah, everybody loves that guy.
I'm okay with that.
So what state?
Let's go.
Which state has holds the most electoral votes? Isn't Texas one of them that has some of the most?
That's a question for Google.
Yeah, dude.
Well, the reason I was going to say, sorry,
New
Paul,
York.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, a lot of people left California that would typically vote one way or the other. Now they're going to be in a state that has more electoral votes. So, like, something like that could potentially happen because people have relocated, you know? So now they're kind of in different voting districts and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just curious. Like,
I just feel like. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
According to Fox News, California does.
oh, okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Mark.
So Nevada is the degenerate state of California. So
Yeah, we do.
we have a lot of people from California that move here, and then
We have a lot more than a lot of places.
You can't really read it.
Hold on.
You can share your screen if you want. Oh, there you go.
53.
Yeah, so
Damn, California has the most?
Texas is 34 next. New York's 27. Wow.
But, like, how many of those states are red and blue, you know?
Yeah.
Too bad
So-
there's not, like, green.
Well,
That's so. Speaking of the
all
red,
the coasts are mostly
Quit
blue.
cutting off Joseph.
Sorry.
no, it's all good. It's all good. I was just gonna say, speaking of the red and blue thing and the two parties thing, like I realized what politics is there for is to make poor people and rich people hate each other, to make black people, white people hate each other, to like separate everybody as much as possible to keep things in line. That's like basically my idea of what politics does and what it is in the long run.
We need a new Tower of Babel, dude. That's
So
what we need.
I don't know much history. So Joseph, if you want to like research this, but in the beginning of America, whoever won, the vice president would be the opposite party. I think that's genius.
That's
That's,
You know?
it's only like everybody wins that way.
Yeah.
And at least
it's like a
if you,
compromise, right?
it's a compromise. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Where
yeah.
nobody wins.
Yeah.
Or nobody wins, which is what America's based on, and the whole thing's based on in the first place. That's why we have all the legislation and all the, you have to pass a
Cabinet
law. It
members
takes
and
so
the
much.
House.
Yeah, and it's like because that's the way to keep things. That one side doesn't get too strong and one side doesn't get too weak, and it does work in a way, but it's just become separation for everybody. I think
Yeah, it's fucked up.
they're just trying
It's
to keep
such
it
a
separate.
weird, it's
a weird thing.
It's a gang related thing. Like, let's just turn everybody against each other.
The Democrats and the Republibloods.
That's pretty good. I was gonna say, like, I never see racism in my life. I never see fucking, I never see hatred in my life, but I see it all over TV and all over the fucking news and all over, it's like they push it, but I don't ever see it in real life. I don't ever see that shit.
Well, Facebook too keeps.
And I'm
people
Mexican as
separated.
fuck.
Danny, have you trolled anybody lately on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm bad for that.
I know.
It's man.
I was telling
I
Joseph,
don't
I was
have
like,
shit
yeah,
to do.
I'm like, he's like a real life troll, dude. It's fucking awesome.
I
He's
don't have
like,
shit to do, so I will straight up. Yeah, I'm bad. Especially if you it's what happens is catch me before my bong hits. if I see something on Facebook that irritates me before my bong hits, I'm gonna let you know.
Before that
After the bong hits, you like think it out. You're like
And then,
typing.
yeah,
You
and then
like
after the bong
erase
hits,
it.
I'm
You're like, all right,
damn,
never
I
mind.
said that? Like shit. I don't know how many times I've said something or read something or heard it, and I'm like, I didn't say that.
Dude, I just remember I don't see it anymore. And granted, I'm not on Facebook as much anymore, but I remember just used to see like, fuck this group, kick me out, fuck you, screenshot, fuck you, faggot, screenshot, you know? Oh, Danny, dude, what are you doing, dude?
I used to complain a lot on Facebook, and actually now I coach my friends who do it because I have a buddy who always posts on there he's gonna kill himself and he's got a little girl, and I'm like, first of all, you're fucking full of shit. You're never gonna kill yourself. Like, and he's 5 years older than me. He's like 45, and he'll post that like he didn't have a job for a little while, and he's posting like, oh, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore, and I'm just like, dude, don't be posting that shit on Facebook.
Like, bro, go get a punching bag, dude. For that shit.
Like, don't post that on.
You don't put that in the internet.
But
it was forever.
It was the toy groups, man, that I would get kicked out of for some stupid shit, and it used to really bother me. It used to especially because I would be kicked out for some stupid reason. You know, just that's always it would always be. It's always been my. Get in trouble for something just dumb, like.
So speaking of toys, if you had to put a number value on your collection, what would it be?
Well, I sold my collection, right?
Well, what's all that in the back?
Well, that's what's left over.
That's like the holy grail of the board.
That's what I want to know. Did you sell like all your best stuff, or is that all your best stuff behind you?
So I sold a lot of really, 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 really good stuff. A lot of rare stuff that I'll probably never see again, unfortunately. But I got the right number that I was looking for, and I kind of kicked myself because especially the market got nuts at COVID. I mean, but it would have taken me forever to sell all my stuff. And I had one guy come and just give me a lump sum of money for the whole collection. And basically I picked out what I liked, and I could have picked out way more. Like, I was worried that he was going to come here and nitpick my collection and pull stuff out and start looking stuff up. And he just started loading. And I'm like,
I'm so mad because
I'm like, you don't want to see what this is? And he's like, oh, yeah. And I would show him something, and I'd be like, dude, this is really rare. And he wouldn't even know what the hell it was.
Damn.
And I'm like, you're a toy collector? I'm like, and you don't know what this is?
He's a reseller.
And he'd be like, oh, is that rare or something? And I'd be like, well, you might want to tuck this one away because this is worth about $300 by itself. Yeah. I'm like, this little piece of plastic right here,
do you have any holy grails behind you?
I have.
Show and tell, bro. Show and tell.
Yeah, I want to see some toys.
All right, I can show some toys.
Yes.
So I was gonna say,
dude, it's so cool. I would love to do something.
Tim,
like this.
Quit interrupting Mark.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was just gonna say, when I was younger, my older brother had all the Star Wars toys, and then I had all the G.I. Joes. And when he moved out of his house, he just got rid of them. So we probably would have been rich.
The G.I. Joe collection hurt the most because my cousins gave me their G.I. Joes, and they gave me some rare stuff, like stuff that I'm never going to see again. In the condition that they wouldn't let me play with it when we were little. And when we got older, my cousins were like, do you want them? And didn't charge me. And they're like, I'm like, do you realize what you're giving me, right? And they're like, yeah, we don't care.
That's cool, dude.
And
that's how my dad was. My dad was just like, just get rid of it because he had to move from a house. So
that's a GI. That's an original GI.
No, this is $6 Million Man.
Oh, okay. The Bionic Man, right?
This is $6 million, and this has got the eye you can look through. This guy is actually in. I think
the Toys That Made Us.
The boss is in 40-Year-Old Virgin. I'm pretty sure that there's $6 Million Man in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Have you seen that series on Netflix, The Toys That Made Us?
Oh yeah, many times.
So how
The
much
movie-
is that? How much is that worth?
He goes up and down. I think I haven't looked him up recently. When I got him, he was $40, and he wasn't worth that much. Because he's loose. If you have his box and you have his backpack,
Yeah.
that
The box,
increases.
It's all about the box, right? And
Yeah,
then-
that increases him a lot. But I think he's up to like at least $50 or $60 now. I
That's cool.
haven't looked him up recently.
Danny, what nationality are you?
Portuguese, Italian, and I'm
Well,
mixed.
Moitoso, I feel like I
That's
was thinking it was
Portuguese.
Italian. Oh, that's Portuguese.
That's
Okay.
Portuguese.
Okay.
I was gonna say, look at him. He's fucking,
Oh,
he's a damn Portuguese.
And this is an eagle-eyed GI Joe. This is from the 70s. This is one of my favorites.
that's
Whoa.
cool.
He's
Oh,
about
I-
two. He's about
tweaking.
200.
He looks like me when I'm tweaking.
He's gone up a little bit. But I saw this in Toys That Made Us. And I was
wow.
like, I have to have an eagle-eyed.
Tim and I think we hit you up because
When the
we
Pokemon.
found some Pokemon cards, and
It's all
gave
about
them
those
to
first
my-
editions.
I gave them to my nephew because I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not my thing, but
it ended up blowing up even more after that we found you gave him to him.
Pokemon's gotten big.
so I want. Do you watch? I'm assuming maybe you watch Pawn Stars or something.
Oh, yeah. I watched.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite shows.
Me too.
Yeah.
So
I love those guys.
I'm thinking,
He's supposedly an asshole, is what I hear. But I
Yeah,
really
Seems
want to
like
meet him.
it though.
but
Totally
I
does.
live in Nevada. Nevada has millions. Well, Northern Nevada has a shit ton of pawn shops and thrift shops. So I think to try to get a new hobby is to just go to pawn shops.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just look at shit. I wanted to do a
I'll be
thing
right
like on
back.
TikTok. Yeah, I wanted to do a thing maybe on TikTok or something because Sarah and I started going to antique shops because we're looking for a dresser, and I was like, man, I'd rather spend like $100 or $200 on a dresser like from an antique shop versus like some piece of shit from a store. So we went and started looking, and I was like, man, there's this one that's literally right here by us, right down the street, and we went there, and I was like, man, it would be cool. I could just come in here every day and just be like, look what I found in the antique store today, and just look at this.
So,
It's cool.
I
Dude,
went
I could spend
to
hours in there.
Megan and I went to a shop today, and I think the problem is they're starting to realize their prices. They know.
Well, eBay fucked it up
Yeah.
because they'll go on eBay. They'll be like, oh, okay, I got this Hank Williams Jr. record. Scan it. Oh, dude, there's one on here for $400. All right, this one's $300.
And that's
But it's like,
I walked out of that pawn shop thrift store. I was like, shit, they know. They know.
oh yeah, the internet, dude. I mean, people know the value of stuff. They know like it's worth, you know.
Oh,
guys
yeah.
have-
That show, that Toys That Made Us ruined toys for
Well, I was saying that eBay fucked it up for a lot of things, you know.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Do you guys
Like
ever
pawn-
watch Antiques Roadshow?
I used to watch that back in the day.
Used to, back in I haven't seen the episode recent.
I've been watching it a lot recently.
Is it still on?
Oh yeah, there's still new episodes and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, I see little clips every now and then. I was
So this
heavy
is
into
one I
reselling
had
for
to
a while. Oh, Snake Eyes, or yeah,
This is
Oh,
Storm Shadow.
I used to have that guy. I
Me
used
too.
to have him.
He's minty mint. I
That
mean,
looks
this
hella
guy is
familiar.
White
that's
as
Snake
it gets.
Eyes, right?
The Storm Shadow.
Or Storm Shadow, dude. I used to
Snake
have
Eyes.
this.
I used to have Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
You want to hear something, dude? When I was probably, I'm trying to think of where we lived, how old. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, right? I had a Storm Shadow. But what was the drill sergeant guy's name? I forget. But I had a whole bunch of
Burgess
G.I. Joes.
Slaughter.
And I used to fucking take them apart and create like custom ones. Because
Yeah,
you
me
could
too.
like, it was like a little rubber band and it was hooked to a little thing, like unscrew 'em.
Here's the deal. I used to have a Walter Payton, or no, not Walter
Ooh,
Payton.
Walter Payton, my favorite.
Who's that?
Refrigerator
black.
Perry.
Black Storm Shadow?
A bat. It's
A bat.
basically their robot that they're like minions. These are really his little thing came off.
shield came off.
Quit touching it.
Mark,
But,
what were you
right?
saying? What were you saying, Mark?
Well, I had because at one point, GI Joe would allow you to make your own character. So
Oh, that's right.
I had my own character, and I had Refrigerator Perry from the Bears.
Yeah.
But like
That's
I said,
right.
my dad got rid of all that shit.
Oh shit!
Oh
Is that
shit.
him?
William
him.
Refrigerator Perry, right? Is that his
What?
name?
How much? How much?
No.
He goes for like I can't sell this one because I actually found him. I can get you one though. They're like $30.
Well, that's
Uh,
Mark's. Imagine
Okay.
that's fucking Mark's original one.
But
Right.
I found this after I sold my collection. I found him, and this one I hunted forever, for years, and this is one of the rarest GI Joes, and this is a lot of people don't know who this is, and this is Starduster, and this is a mail away. This is one of the last mail aways that they did. And
Whoa.
he's worth a bunch of money. Like he's
So when
like
you say
one of the
found
most
it,
expensive.
when you
I
say
found this at a thrift store.
that's what I was.
I
gonna
was
ask you.
and I had my buddy called me and he was like, "Hey, I just saw a bunch of GI Joes at this thrift store," and he sends me a picture and he's like, "I picked a bunch out that I like," and I'm like, "Oh man, he picked out the best ones already," and he sent me the picture and Refrigerator Perry and that guy were sitting there in that pile, and I was like, "Those are the ones that are still there," and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I'm on my way." I was like, "Tell them to put them aside. I'm on my way right now." So I get there, and I totally low. She wanted $20 each, and I was like, "I've got $27 in my wallet." I was like, "I'll give you $27 for." And her tweaker son comes rolling up on his bike. He's like, "Yeah, those were mine when I was a kid." And he's like, "Who is that?" That he pointed to the expensive one. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember." And he's like, "Yeah," he's like, I want $20 each. And I was like, "Yeah, I already told your mom I only got 27." And I've done that so many times where
That's so sick, dude.
it's
Hey,
you
that's
do it.
part of the game,
It's
dude.
part of it,
It's
and
their
I
fault
could
for-
have got money down the street.
So what ended it? What'd you end up paying
$27
for the whole lot?
for both of
For
them.
two
No,
of
I
them.
just picked those two because I
pick
wasn't
those
trying to be
two.
greedy.
Oh yeah, he
I
went
was
and got a
like-
bag and a fucking soda. He was
No,
happy. dude.
because they wanted $20
Cheers.
each GI Joe, and I was like, I only want these two, and I was like, and I'll come back for the others. I said, but I can't pay $20 each.
Fucking tweakers on eBay. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, his
These are
mom
fucking
was
worth it.
fine. His mom, but he was definitely a tweaker.
fucking tweakers.
And the money was gonna go to him. So I was like, screw that, dude. You're gonna go buy a 8-ball.
Yeah, you're gonna go get a bag and a pack of cigarettes, bro, and fucking pack of waves. You need a pack of waves, soft pack, dude.
I've been doing that with records lately.
Yeah, that was my guilty. That was my guilty thing.
Records don't go for much, so I just buy them.
Unless you got old ones like I got, dude. I was selling records for like
It's
40,
all about
50, $60 a piece, man.
It's all
What
about
we got?
the condition of the cover.
Yeah, condition of the cover matters. The print, which when it was printed, because they do first edition, second editions, like they'll
Well,
do run.
I found one yesterday, Johnny Cash, but it didn't have a cover. It was just a record.
So you
was
should
like,
have.
no.
I would have got it anyways just to listen to it. Have you listened to Billy Strings?
Billy Strings.
Dude, he's like this kid and he sounds exactly like fucking Johnny Cash, dude. He's sick. He's tight. He's got some sick songs. He fucking jams on the banjo and the mandolin. I've been listening to a lot of bluegrass lately. For whatever, folk. I don't know what the fuck
Because
it's
you're
called.
old.
Trampled by Turtles.
Old people just go to fucking
At the bar.
Well, no, they just go to folk rock. Doesn't
Yeah, that's
matter.
what I like to listen to when I work. Just put on like
So this is
Great music.
like the Mercedes Benz of toys. These are I don't know if you've ever heard of Hot Toys.
Is that Marty McFly, dude.
This is Marty McFly. And this
What?
this one skyrocketed when I paid $1,200 for the DeLorean and him.
Wow.
Holy shit!
And the DeLorean is worth. It's behind me. It's right here. You can see the.
Why are you touching that? Put it down.
Well, yeah, too. He has real clothes too. So, but he's worth 500.
Wow.
Yeah, and these are fully articulated. And
He really looks like Michael J. Fox too.
Oh yeah, these are
Like
these
spot
are
on.
like-
Wow. That's like really good detailing.
Does
Insane.
it have like a vibrating like feature?
Oh, that's fucked up too.
Fuck. Okay, bad joke. Sorry.
That's fucked up.
He makes jokes about it himself, dude. He's cool with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He's great on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh
He's
shit! I missed that.
Oh,
I
what you
missed
miss?
the whole joke. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
you
That's the whole joke.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good joke. It was just fucked up, but it was good.
Hey, some of the best jokes are fucked up, dude.
He does the same thing on Curb Your Enthusiasm. He hands Larry David a soda, and Larry David opens it, and it shakes up. So it's flat, and he's like, was that on purpose or was that the Parkinson's? He's like, no, that's Parkinson's. He's like, it's not.
He was also on the Rescue Me, which was
You mean the fire department one?
fire department one with the.
Sarah watched that for a while.
He makes fun of himself the whole time on
Yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
cool, man. I do the same shit. That's a good
Hell
one.
yeah. That's
What
the
do we
only way to
got
get
now?
through it.
Anybody makes fun of him. He's the one guy I'll go to bat for. Like on
Hell yeah.
Facebook, if anybody makes jokes about him, I'm like, nope, that's not cool. Michael J. Fox is the man.
Danny just
One
logs
person you
off.
don't make fun
As soon
of.
as I make the joke, he's like, bloop, he just leaves.
Have you seen him on Curb Your Enthusiasm, Dan?
I have not seen that episode. I watched that
Oh,
show. What
it's
season?
so good. It's like season 10.
Okay, I haven't seen the later seasons yet. I'm still.
Yeah, it's the later seasons for sure. He's on like 3 or 4 episodes, so there's a lot of
And
them in
rescue
there.
me. You know.
We just got
What-
HBO Max, so.
Oh yeah, yep, you got them all then. What's Rescue Me?
Rescue Me is
That's the one with what's that guy's name? He's a really good actor. The guy who's in The Ref.
It's bad.
Oh, you don't like it too?
It's a movie. It's like a show you watch with your old lady, dude. It's like
Okay.
He's crazy, so it's like in the show.
Why did you say that? It's the dude who did the asshole song.
Oh yeah, okay. That can't be
Dennis-
that good then.
Dennis Leary. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dennis
Dennis
Leary.
Leary.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
actually pretty good. It's actually pretty.
I can't picture it being too good if Dennis Leary's in it.
It's actually pretty good. But if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. If you've got nothing else to watch, watch that.
That's what it's for. When there's nothing else to watch. and
Dennis
you just-
Leary was hilarious back when we used to listen to him on the way to fucking Carson City. So.
When he does a cigarette bit where he smokes all the cigarettes.
Yeah,
Or maybe Mark showed me Dennis Leary tapes back
That's
in the
when
day.
he used to be really funny.
Did
you have it?
that was.
Was
something
that you,
else.
Mark?
I don't know.
Did you have a
And
Dennis
just-
Leary tape back in the day?
Yeah, he used to have a VA, like a stand up of him, and that's where I saw him smoking all the cigarettes, and we used to make fun of him all the time. Yeah, it was like a VHS tape, I think, back in the day.
Okay.
VHS.
Mark showed me a lot of things. He showed me AFI. Dennis
Oh
Leary.
shit!
There's
Is
one
that
of
the
the ones that I
original
played.
one?
This is from childhood. Well, this isn't my original from childhood, but I had one of these when I was a kid. And
Dang,
this one becomes the missile.
dude, I remember playing with those, dude.
Guys, I just got to make a phone call real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, show.
But this stayed.
Parents bought you
Those
way
are the
more
best
better
toys.
toys than
Best.
my parents bought me.
That's the best Batmobile. I remember when I was a kid, I spent all my Christmas money on this.
Dang.
Oh, you bought it.
Yeah, I had to pay for it because I was like, I want to say I was almost in middle school. My parents were like, "Why do you want a Batmobile?" And I was like, "Because look at this thing." Because
I was gonna ask. So, then, like, when you were little, did you, like the like love for the toys just carried
I used
out?
to tell my parents that my toys are going to be worth millions of dollars when I'm.
Because I used
tell
to
her
think
that.
that as a kid too, but then at some point, like as an
But
early
I
adult,
also-
I was like, I'm tripping. This shit ain't gonna be worth it.
I was also the kid that took everything apart and would like to see if things could fly.
And you would just
So-
fucking throw it.
What
So,
did
yeah.
that cost? What did that cost you?
This I hunted this on eBay. I pieced this together. 'cause
What?
it's
No,
got-
I meant when you were younger.
Oh, when I was younger, this is $30 at Target.
Okay. See,
In
because I wanted
1987.
Yeah,
the GI Joe
1990.
aircraft carrier.
That
That's the one toy I ever wanted.
I
And
sold.
I never got it. 'Cause it
The
was like
big.
180
Oh wait, you're
bucks.
talking about the big one,
The
big
castle?
flag. The flag.
So I could never afford that.
What
Yeah.
is
As
it?
a kid.
Every kid wanted that. There was only one kid in the neighborhood that had that,
What
and it
what
was
are we,
always the rich kid.
what was the toy?
It's
The
the big
aircraft carrier.
giant aircraft carrier. It takes up like half your room. If
Yeah.
you had it as a kid. I mean, it was huge.
That's all I wanted ever.
It's
You know
called
what
the
I hella
UFO
wanted
flag.
as a kid before like Nintendo and all that was that game Crossfire. Crossfire.
Dude, they re-released that. They re-released
Oh,
it.
the little battle thing?
Yeah, dude.
You can buy that at Target right now.
I fucking wanted that game because the commercials were like badass, dude.
I almost bought one. I
Dude.
almost bought one because they just re-released it. They
I
just
should-
re-released Hero Quest too. I don't know.
I
If you,
should. I kind of remember Hero Quest.
Hero Quest. Hero Quest is a nerd game for sure.
And then the fucking Nintendo was huge. That's where a lot of my money went to Nintendo
I
games.
kept my Nintendo.
And then rollerblades once I started doing the rollerblade shit, like pads, and
Rollerblader.
then all my money went to gas for road trips. Oh, I love, dude! I had the high score at MJC on that game, dude.
This is probably one
Forever.
of the best games Nintendo
MJC?
ever made.
Yeah, I love that fucking. I used to crush on that, dude. I fed fucking so much money into that fucking game.
What's the game? What game is it?
1943.
1943.
I got so good though, dude. I could play on $1 for like a long fucking time. Because my
That's
mom
right.
used to go to.
So did you go to MJC?
I went for a little bit.
Danny, did you go to MJC?
I did.
I would ask Joseph. He's not here. I went to
I'm here.
MJC.
I'm here. I
Oh,
dropped out.
TNC Surf, dude.
Dude, I
dropped out.
didn't learn how to play this game till I
TNC
was an
Surf.
adult.
That's a fun.
I did
ass
not
game.
learn how to play this game till I was an
Joseph,
adult. I
did
finally
you go
got
to
it as an
MJC?
adult, and I sat there and I played it for
You
hours,
did?
and I finally
All four of us?
mastered it.
Because, dude, it was like the hardest game to play
It's
ever.
one of the hardest games, and now I
It's
can
the
play
hardest
like
game.
a Batman. It's just
Damn.
it's
The
all,
13
it's all
one.
about the buttons. It's all about you had to like make a circle on the wave, basically, like come up and go
It was-
around, come
Yeah,
up
the
and
so
go
surfing
around.
was
hard,
so
dude.
difficult.
Is that the
was
game
so
that
hard.
has like multiple things in it, like you do skateboarding?
It
and
has
surfing?
skating and surfing, and the
That game was
skating is the
hell
hardest.
of fun.
The
Damn, that game was
skating
fun.
is so hard; it's insane.
Do you remember Skate or Die? Skate or Die was a fucking hell of
That's
fun game, too.
I didn't
720.
beat that one.
What?
720 was better.
Or 7, maybe that's what I'm thinking. I think that's the same game. I think 720 is Skate or Die. And the
I know
Bees-
there's two games. There's Skate or Die, and then there's also 720.
Okay, I remember
Yeah.
720 had the joystick.
I had them both.
That game was fun. I remember just only playing it at the arcades.
Yeah.
720 is a sacred number.
Is it? It's 2 full rotations.
Yep. And,
So,
it adds up to 9.
did you guys ever know
Like
anybody
all
that had a
sacred numbers.
TurboGrafx 16?
Legendary Axel.
I remember that,
This is-
like, I remember that name, TurboGrafx 16, but I don't remember ever playing or seeing one really. But I remember like my cousins talking about it.
It was like not a lot of people had them. It was
Yeah.
like basically like the rich for
Okay.
the rich kids during the Nintendo era, and
Okay.
it was like the Japanese release,
The
and that had
computer
some of the
game.
best games. I mean, even before you compare it to Super Nintendo, because that had 16 bits
Bit.
compared to 8-bit of Nintendo.
But it came out around the same time.
But it came like right after it. I think it was like
Yeah, I remember hearing that name, but I don't think I ever played it.
they were hard to find, and the
Have you
games
guys-
were really expensive.
So like how many times have you guys consecutively beat Super Mario Brothers like in a row?
The third one or
The
which
first,
one?
the original.
First one, I've never beat the first one. That's just
I only was able to beat it through Switch because on Switch you can keep rewinding and starting over. That's the only way I was able to beat that game.
Really, dude.
Yeah.
So, dude, I remember being able to like run
Dude,
through and beat
Those
it.
last 8, that last level 8, 8-2, 8-3, 8-4 are
I can
retarded
get
hard.
past
It
them.
had the
yeah.
little single fucking steps you had to land on towards the end.
All
So
right.
I was able to beat it beat
I
it
have to
twice.
stop you though.
And then it just gets harder and harder and harder and faster, and the monsters change and they upgrade.
What's the first Mario Brothers video game?
The like it's like Mario Brothers. Is what it's called.
Super Mario Brothers. I think it's called Super Mario Bros.
Donkey Kong.
It's not Super.
Oh,
it's not Donkey Kong.
Oh,
but
no?
he's not called Mario in that. He's called something else.
No,
Okay.
it's
he's the plumber.
Mario Bro versus Luigi do the power up.
Yeah, that's what
I remember that game.
That's what I was talking about.
The little game that was inside of the game.
Yeah, it was like a short game inside of the game.
In number 3. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah, I love that one.
That one was the funnest because it had all kinds of Easter eggs and hidden stuff.
It was the best. It was awesome.
And there's like hella glitches in it too.
Legit on Game Boy too.
Oh, Mark!
Shit, it's so sick. Dude's got everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted a Game Boy so bad.
My collection used to be crazier,
and I ended up getting a Game Gear.
I couldn't walk around in here.
Do you have a Game Gear?
I sold that. I had 3.
He's awesome.
Because I remember wanting a fucking Game Boy and getting a Game Gear and just being so such an entitled little fucking spoiled.
I had 3.
I don't know what Game Gear is. What's a Game Gear?
And one
it was Sega. And it came with Sonic the Hedgehog, but all I wanted to play was like Super Mario. I forget what the game was that I wanted to play on Nintendo.
Hey, Mark, to answer your question from a while ago, I went to MJC for 14 hours.
Did you get a degree?
Hours? I went to MJC 3 times. One time was for bowling. That was just an option. So, I do not have a college degree.
No, me neither. I tried to go. I went to junior college in San Diego for about 15 hours too.
I remember that. 15 hours? You're just like, all right, I'm over this.
Was it like 3 classes or something?
Exactly. Like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like just not. I sucked at school always, forever. I never cared about learning anything until I was like over 30 years old. I never gave a shit about learning anything at all until I was 32, 33.
Dude, I love learning.
I love it now. I love it more than anything. Now it's all I want to do. But through my 20s.
The thing with me was high school, like elementary school and high school was forced on me. So I was okay at it. But once I had to go to college and then had to pay for college and then have to work. And I was just like, fuck this, dude. I'm not doing this.
Same thing for me. I was just like, this is too much. This sucks.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What happened?
I just got a text. Yeah.
What's up? What's her name?
I can't do that.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what. I mean, I guess she's not going to see this. Nobody's going to see this. So she's asking me like about when I work, etc. And she just texts me, the only reason I go in on Sundays and Mondays is because you're there. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. And she's so fucking cute. Like, oh
Lock
my
it
God.
down.
I'm trying.
All right.
Does she know how to cook?
You said cute. So how old is she?
She's 30 something, which is great for me because I need, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get
when I would say cute, it would be like 20, 25.
Big giant human.
She's like me though. Like you have no idea she's 30 unless she told you. Like you would think she was way younger. Like just like me.
She's like us, like even Danny too. There must have been something. So Danny, you're 40?
Yeah.
81?
81.
Paul, 81.
What month?
July.
What day? What day?
18th.
Oh,
same day as Danae.
I'm the 8th.
Yeah, you and Paul are okay.
Me and Danae have the same exact birthday.
Mark, are you 80 or 79?
Same year, same month, 10 days.
I wish I was 79, but I'm 1980.
You remember Danae DeYoung, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She was a hottie. I took her on so many dates.
I loved her.
I hope she sees this. I took that girl on so many dates. So many dates. And I never made any move on her. I was such a gentleman. Never, nothing. That's why I paid for so many movies.
I remember trying to kick it with her one time, and I was like, she was with that.
Hope your wife doesn't see this.
Oh, my
this
wife
is
does.
100.
That's my past. It's
It's
old.
100
I
years
know, I
ago.
know.
It's so long ago. She used to
Yeah,
live right
yeah.
down the street from
If
me.
she's fucking cool enough to stay with him through all the shit that he's done, like she obviously doesn't give a fuck about that. Like,
Yeah, some chick 20 years ago.
yeah, like she's obviously cool.
Sure, her response would be, she could have them.
She can go spend a couple days in
That
jail.
would be her response. Hey, you want to go somewhere else? Go ahead. You want to? She could have them.
That's hella funny.
She's
You
like,
got
you
work?
can't, she's like, she'd be like, you can't handle this.
Mark
can't
or Paul, do you got work tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow.
Oh shit. I gotta work. What about you, Mark?
So, what do I text back to that, you guys?
You fucking do work sometimes.
I'm working. I'm teaching Hunter how to use Skillsoft.
Ask her to go out to dinner. Say you want to go grab a drink. You want to go grab something to eat. You want to go grab a cinnamon roll.
I mean,
That's nice,
that's gonna happen for sure sooner or later. But what do I text to that specific text? What do I say back to that?
All right, what was the text again?
So we're texting about like when I work next and how often I work.
And she said she only goes in there specifically
when I work on. She goes, I only go in there on Sundays and Mondays because for you.
All right, so you got to play it cool now. So you got to be like.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What do I do next?
You got to be like.
I just not even text her back.
Everybody do earmuffs except for Paul. Earmuffs.
Be like, you got to be like, how many
Just
guys?
say, hey, do you want to fuck?
Like,
And
you got to
see
be
how
like,
it
how many dudes have you said that to before?
Yeah, nah, you say that to the other. What's the other?
Like, what, you
bartender's
say
name?
that to every fucking dude you talk to, or what? Like something like that, you know, kind of play it off.
That's
make
pretty
it
Why
laugh.
you throwing lines at me?
Hey, you gotta make her laugh, dude.
That's good. Why are you throwing lines at me? That's
Yeah, why are you
good.
throwing lines at me now? And then you gotta send her like right back, like something super corny. After you get her laughing, of course.
Yeah.
Let's send her like a corny pickup line. Be like, hey.
Hey,
look
want
at
to
her.
fuck?
Did it hurt?
That's it. Yeah.
Fuck?
Did it hurt when you? Let's see.
Hey,
No,
are
no.
you tired because we're gonna fuck?
You've been running through my mind. All
Are
day.
you tired? Because I've been jerking off all day.
Come here often.
Come here often.
You look like spit.
Dude, I've been married for 15 years. I have no fucking idea what
Hey,
you would say, dude.
I don't either. I've been fucking out here playing this game for who knows how long, and I still don't know what the fuck to do.
Just tell her, hey, I've been trying to think of something clever to say for 5 minutes.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that. I like that, Tim.
No. You gotta play it dumb. Like I've heard that. Like who you play. Like I've heard this before.
You
I
say
gotta
that
be
to all
kind of
the
an asshole
bartenders.
to her.
Like you say this to all your guys.
No, not in this. That don't work anymore these
You
days.
say that to all your bartenders.
Or send her a GIF. Is there a GIF that says like you're corny or some shit like that? Like,
What, Mark, what?
cornball, like
Do you like her?
Fuck yeah.
Do you?
I would date her.
A relationship?
I would. Yes, I would be with
Just
her.
be like, come through right now. Send me pictures of your
So
tits.
don't do any of this.
Yeah.
Say-
I'm not just trying to fuck her. That's for sure.
Mark knows.
Yeah.
What would Mark do? What would you do, Mark?
Mark
Mark would
saying,
ignore her.
Like,
You're saying
talk to her.
be
You
like
gotta
that.
talk to her.
Yeah.
You don't
yeah.
send her a line. You
Like, was
you
she-
talk to her.
You should just call her. We should probably wrap it up and you call her. Just be like, hey, what's up? Just don't even acknowledge the line. Just hit her up.
Yeah.
Just like,
Don't
what's up? What are you doing? You
send
want to
her
go
a
grab some
silly
ice cream?
line.
Well, my plan was to ask you guys what to text. That way we could put all our heads together and I could come up with something clever. But
All right, what did she say?
the last thing she
Smooth brain.
said was, I only go in on Sundays and Mondays because I know you're going to work there. Because I know you're working those days.
Well, what do you do on Thursday nights?
Hey.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And then be like, LOL, just kidding.
Well, tomorrow's Friday. Say, can I take you to dinner on Friday?
This fool works.
I don't work tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow.
Dude, tell her right now. Text her, dude. What do you usually do on Thursdays, though?
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty smooth, Tim. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's pretty
smooth.
Smooth, dude. See? I had
Pretty
to channel
smooth.
it. Had to channel it back.
Well, what do you do on Thursdays?
Don't even be like, oh, or nothing. Just be like, well, what about
I almost
Thursday?
was gonna write that. I was gonna be like, "Oh, that's sweet," or something.
Nah, fuck
stupid
that
bullshit
shit. Be like, well,
that,
what do you
but
do
yeah.
Thursdays? That's some fuck Casanova shit. And she'll be like, oh my God.
Today is Thursday.
He's so smooth. I know. So it's like insinuating maybe he wants to kick it, but then like, don't kick it with her. You know what I'm saying?
all
So
right.
what do you do on Thursdays then?
Yeah, just be like,
I would say Fridays.
Be like, lol. What do you do on Thursdays? Winky
Okay.
face.
Gotta throw the lol in there.
Do not do lol.
Yo,
No
lol.
lol, no lol.
Lol's fine.
No
Don't
lol.
listen to
Or
Mark.
put an
dude.
emoji.
Don't listen to Mark.
Put an
I
emoji.
thought
a
the lol
laughing
was
emoji.
good. I thought that was good.
Or a
Let me
laughing
see.
Oh, you
emoji.
did? Okay.
Lol's fine. Lol's fine. Lols are totally fine.
What if she hasn't lolled me?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, she
Nope.
LMFAO'd me, so
So there you go.
Oh.
Lol back.
good to go. Yeah.
So lol. That's like
Alright,
a milder version of LMFAO.
You know why she did that is because
She-
you took
she's
so long
watching
to
you
took
right
too
now.
long. You took
You
too
took
long.
too
You're
long to
busy though. You
respond,
can't be
and she
responding
got
right
nervous.
away.
No, I'm saying back in the I was looking at old texts and she texted me that.
Oh.
No, I'm not right now. Right now, she hasn't texted me since she sent that text. I just texted her back right now. But
When
I'm
was
saying
that?
I was looking through old texts to see if she LOL'd me, like to
Oh,
see
before.
like what kind of
Okay,
LOL
okay.
relationship we have going on.
Yeah, you don't want to cross you don't want to cross the lol
I know,
lines, bro.
yes, exactly.
You don't want to cross them
I
lol
would,
lines.
I would say, Paul, what I would say is, can I take you out to dinner?
No.
No,
That's not-
that's not good.
No.
I don't
I
think
used to
that
be
will-
pretty smooth too back in the
I don't
day,
think she will. I mean, I think if I look
too
like,
early.
yeah, like the cooler I play it, the more chance I have. Like
Too
I think if
early.
I just blurt out like "Let's go to dinner," I just don't see that. Like,
Yeah.
No,
But
she
your
just
laugh.
said that she's only coming in there for you.
yeah, but she could just be being nice. I don't know. Who knows?
Go for a walk before you
Or
go.
then go with let's fuck.
I'll tell you what. This is what you do.
Ask her
You
if she wants to go
freaking
for a walk.
Jerk
tomorrow.
off like 2 times because then you'll have the post nut clarity, and then it'll come to you.
It doesn't work for me like that. I'm the opposite of that. The
Like
less
as soon as
I-
you bust,
the
it's
less-
like, whoa! Mine starts.
I'm
clear.
the exact opposite of that.
You're like, why did I just do this?
The less I jerk off, the more clear my thoughts are. I'm like George Costanza. I'm like a genius if I don't jerk off for like a
I'm
week.
like
I'm
George
like,
Costanza, but except for with
Dude, you know,
beautiful long hair.
just to let you know.
No, you don't know the episode. George Costanza stops jerking off in Seinfeld, and he becomes a genius, and his mind is so clear, and he accomplishes all the
Just
things,
to let you
all
know
the things that he's
that,
not jerking off. That's me.
That's so awesome.
The more I jerk off, the less I accomplish.
the fucking
Just jerk off. The more I jerk off, the more I jerk off. Like I don't know, it's
Yes.
fucked up.
That's true.
no, but they are Mythbusters. They did that.
Jerking
What
off.
they do.
Yeah, they did the jerking off, and they realized
It
that-
actually does make you go blind.
No, it actually makes
Myth-busted.
you a better. It makes you a better. You have more testosterone.
Yeah, if you jerk off less, right? You're gonna be more
No,
clear-minded.
if you
And,
jerk off more.
oh fuck, I don't know why I'm opposite then.
That's what I got to do to
So
get
if
my
you jerk
penis
off
full.
more, you're gonna have more testosterone.
Wow, that's
Fire.
crazy.
Like
You have
more
UFC
what?
fighters and shit like that.
I feel the exact
They-
opposite.
They know that if they fucking do this, I don't know if it was jerking off, but it was sex.
Sex, jerk, is busting nuts. Either way,
Yeah.
like my mind. I swear.
So
The less
you're
nuts-
actually, you're
the less-
actually more of a better fighter if you jerk off.
that's crazy. I
You
know.
know, football players used to be like,
I feel
"Oh,
the
I can
exact
have
opposite.
sex." And
So that you show up to like a fist fight. Hey, meet me in the alley. All right, hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna fuck this dude up, dude. Anybody got some tissue?
that's
See, if I were to do
some
that,
sort of proof.
if I were to go to get in a fight and then be like, hold up, I'm gonna go jerk off real quick, and then I'd come to the fight like this, I'd be like, this guy's gonna whip my ass. Like, that sperm is gone, and now I'm
Do it again, bro. I gotta have a cigarette real
If you
quick.
jerk off in front of someone, they're gonna be like, I don't want to fight you.
That's a good point.
If you're just like in there, like,
I was like jerking off like in the alley in the
No.
corner somewhere. I don't know where I was jerking off. Not in front of everybody though. In my like,
you can just jerk, and you can just jerk off like at any time. You don't need
how hard
any
would it be
like
to jerk off?
I just jerked off right now.
you don't need a chick or like something to look at or
oh, completely.
You
I was
just-
this
you
is just in my like mind. Yeah, but I'm just saying. Yeah,
I jerk off the GIFs.
I will never jerk
Yeah,
off. to a
GIFs.
GIF.
So it's just
Yeah.
like
I
same
can
like.
never jerk off to that.
Why would you jerk off to a
I'm
jet?
That's
fucking
terrible.
kidding. I don't jerk off.
Tim, you've jerked it like 3 times since this.
I know you're
podcast.
right. You're fucking right. I'm due. I'm actually due for a fourth
I'm
here.
due.
Like if we had a no jerking off contest, you would be the first one out.
I'd lose. I would. I'd be the first one. I already lost. I'm not even gonna join.
And I don't know about Danny, but I think I got both of you guys beat.
I'd be George Costanza and I'd just lie about it.
I would trick you guys into believing everything I say.
I love
Right?
that.
Like, oh man, it's hard. It's
I
hard.
love that.
It's hard.
He admitted he lied in the last episode.
You guys don't jerk off. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Who jerks off these days?
I remember thinking that when I was like maybe 12 years old. I was like, I'm never gonna jerk off. That's fucking gross.
And
then,
then a year
like,
later,
6 months later, I was like the king of jerking off.
You don't like dicks? I don't know.
You know, whenever I got in trouble, or whenever my my stepmom saw that porn tape like late at night, right, and at 2 o'clock recording, my dad nicknamed me Porn King, and that was like my name. Right. That was like my name. He would call me, and I used to be so embarrassed, like when I was 14, 15, when he called me that. And then the older I got, the cooler I realized.
Like, yeah, that's
I was
right.
like, yeah, that's cool. My dad's calling me Porn King, and I'm like 15. That's awesome. But
Like
back
that
then, I
relax, fool.
was so embarrassed.
At least you didn't have my nickname.
Oh no,
All right.
What was
You guys
yours?
remember? I'm sure you guys remember. Come on,
I don't remember.
Tim.
Was it a like
No,
fucked up nickname?
really? It
Because
died?
I probably never called you that.
I really hope that it did die.
It
don't-
probably did die.
You can't think of something embarrassing story that happened to me freshman year.
Yeah.
Everybody talked about. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I
It's
don't.
okay. I know you didn't forget.
I don't remember.
I know you didn't forget. Nobody could forget. Go ahead.
Was
Go ahead.
it have something to do with like Ziploc baggies or sandwich baggies or something?
I still don't know.
That's a good memory, Tim.
Yeah, I have
That was
no
a good memory.
tell the story.
Yeah, dude.
They called me plastic bag boy.
I never have heard that. I never.
I
called
never
you that.
called you that, but I
I never called
remember.
you that.
I remember
Yeah,
the
tell the
rumor
story
of
now.
the story.
Yeah,
Okay,
what's-
well, I'll
what
tell
is
the
it?
story. So,
No names.
and what happened is it never even happened.
Yeah.
It's something that I thought of, and Robin Noble was questioning me, and I didn't know what to say, so that's what came to my head, and I don't know why I thought of that,
What
because
is it?
that's what I
What-
saw. That's what I saw in the trash can when we were. Okay, so
Like what'd you use? You're like,
a plastic
Came
bag.
in a
That's
plastic
what,
bag.
so what happened is,
careful with the name.
I had told Robin Noble what
He went for it. He's
like
dropping.
he'd
names.
asked me. I just got. It was one of those like minimum days, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and we had just got done messing around, and he asked me. He's like, "Did you have sex with her?" And I was like, Robin Noble's questioning me. I was like, "Yeah, we did." And he's like, "You did?" And he's like, "You had sex?" He's like, "Did you use protection?" And I was like, yeah. He's like, and he's like, what'd you use? Did you have a condom? And I was like, no, I didn't have a condom. I saw a plastic baggie in the trash can, and I grabbed that, and I used that. And he was like, what? He's like a Ziploc?
That's
And I
pretty
was like,
good.
I was like, yeah, dude, like
That's
a Ziploc
fucking pretty
bag.
good.
And dude, he told
Oh,
everybody.
that's fucking funny.
He told everyone, and everybody called like for years. People, every once in a while, I'd hear like, "Oh, plastic bag boy." Like, aren't you the guy that had sex with the girl with the plastic bag? Like, I'd hear that for.
That's so funny.
That's
And
pretty
it
good.
never even happened, and it was
That's
just
pretty
because I was
good.
just trying to
Be
forgot
cool.
about that.
be cool. I'm trying
Yeah.
to be cool. You
The
know?
things you'll say when you're young and trying to be cool,
God.
you'll fucking say anything.
Say anything, yeah. It's so funny, dude.
I know I said some crazy shit.
My big thing when I was little or like younger or whatever, like people would be like, "Hey, you know that band or you know that song or you know that movie?" And I'd be like, "Oh yeah."
You're Charlie Brown.
And then they would start talking about it, and the whole time I'm thinking, "Fuck, I should have just said no."
And you keep having that.
You know, because now I have to listen to this bullshit fucking story that I have no idea.
Plus, you create a web of lies. That's the
And
thing.
then you start a web of lies.
The first
dude.
lie starts the web, you know?
Yeah,
And then she found out about it too, and she was like,
Oh, no.
Oh,
but she was in 8th grade, so she didn't give a fuck. I was
Yeah.
a freshman and she was in 8th grade.
That's crazy, dude. Oh,
And
the days.
she didn't care. She was just like, whatever. I don't. And then, but it followed her.
She
It
became
followed her
plastic
to
bag
school,
girl.
and people would confront her about it. And she told me, she was like, "What is this story people would tell?" I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, I don't know.
I didn't.
That was you just thinking quick on
How
your
old's
feet.
your cat, Mark?
Fat.
Yeah, just fat.
The age of your cat is fat.
My cat is on its way out. We've had our cat forever. We've had our cat for like
4 now.
we've had our cat like almost as long as I've lived in this apartment. I got my cat like 2 months after I moved in here.
It didn't
And
work.
she's
for
dying
us.
right now.
Look how fat this
It
cat
didn't
is.
work.
I'm
What'd
sorry.
she
I didn't
say?
mean to interrupt you, Danny. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
What'd she
Uh,
say?
It totally went over her head. She like
What did she
texted-
say?
She like literally told me what she does on Thursdays.
Fuck.
I kind of had a feeling.
So now,
Happens.
so now you can hit her with a lol. I was totally trying to be smooth, and you just came back with all literal. How
There
funny.
you go.
It would have been way easier.
And then it's just like, you know,
if you just said, "Hey,
you're making
can I
fun of
take you to
yourself,
dinner?"
you know,
Yeah.
trying to be smooth.
Be like,
and then it's
wow,
out.
I tried to be smooth and it blew up in my face.
And then it kind of breaks the ice, and now you can like level off and be like, you got me.
I
Shit.
think she took me literally because I'm very, you know how I am. Like, I'm kind of,
So, are you gonna
That
show
would like
us
work
what
for
this girl
me
looks
because it's like
or
my
what?
sense of humor. You
what's
know?
that?
Do you have a picture of this girl?
I definitely don't
No,
want to.
sure.
Definitely don't want to put it up, but maybe we can do a private thing, and I could we
Alright.
could talk privately, and I could tell you all about it for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can actually.
That's
You gotta
good.
do it in the
She would
chat.
appreciate that if she saw this.
So like in the comment, so these comments right here, or no way.
told you.
Actually,
I told you, just ask her to dinner.
Yeah.
Would have
I
been
think-
Oh, you
easier.
can't
Yeah, but
send
you can't-
pictures though.
I don't know.
This is a private chat, but
I
you
almost
can't.
feel like a walk should happen before dinner. Dinner's so like,
Formal.
especially if you're trying to play it smooth.
A walk, yeah.
Especially
that's
if you
a good
really,
one.
really like this girl, you don't want to scare her away.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I do really like her.
Dude.
She's dope.
You guys think that dinner
But
scares
she-
girls away?
But if she really likes you too,
No,
it
but
doesn't
it's too like normal.
It's all about keeping the upper hand and who likes who. Like if she finds out that I like her more than she likes me, she's immediately going to be not interested in me.
I like the going on a walk thing because it's like every other dude probably takes her up to dinner. It's like, oh, this dude, we didn't even go to dinner. We fucking went on a walk. and shit. It's super
I think
cool.
women are like cats. Like when they finally get that thing that they want, and then it's like they have it, they don't know what to do with it, kind of a thing. Like if she finds out that I like her like as much as I do, or that I like her more than she likes me, like it's over like that. Like it's like that's like my experience.
Dude.
You don't think
I
so?
don't know.
But if
Maybe
you
I'm
click, you
different
click.
because I think that any girl.
That's true. That's true.
So.
Oh yeah, I always act like that too.
Yeah. So if you're like, hey, let's go to dinner, and if you can have a conversation over dinner,
Yeah, the conversation is already that part's easy for us.
You guys are gonna know in the first half hour whether you guys can stand each other or not. The first, like alone together by yourselves, you're gonna know in the first half hour.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
haven't.
know.
I haven't
She's
been
gonna
a-
know too, but you're gonna know.
Yeah, I haven't spent any time with her alone or anything like that. I just know her. I just see her at work, talk to her at work, and just So I've never
Bro,
spent any time with her
Just
outside.
ask her to fucking move in already.
just get married.
Don't do that.
Do it right
Just
now.
have her move
That-
in.
That probably
Right.
will work.
There
Yeah.
are some crazy
How about you move in
bitches
and-
out there.
Tell her
And,
I emptied out half of my
Yeah,
closet.
she'll love
See
that.
that?
She'll love that, I'm sure.
See that? All that nice stuff you have in there. They're girls that will clean you out. They will just goodbye. All that stuff.
Clean
is
you
gone.
out.
You're like, what happened? Where did all
I've
my
Leave you on the curb crying,
I've
sobbing
been,
like a little
I've been
baby.
cleaned out before. I know. I've totally been cleaned out.
Which will clean
especially
you
in
out.
Modesto.
I was in a 7-year relationship. That shit cleaned my ass out at the end for sure. I own nothing.
Emotionally
I
and
owned it.
financially.
I own no dignity nor
Right.
or goods
Because-
after that
because you said
relationship
that
was over.
7-year relationship, you're gonna see this girl again, and then you might get another 7-year relationship. So what I'm saying is, and I know these two below here are saying like just use one-liners. you like her, just say, hey,
Damn.
just say what you want to say. And then if you think it's going to work, just do that.
Mark, when did you become such a romantic?
Well, I suck at this.
Listen,
But I've been doing this for a long time.
just watch.
My wife,
Say anything in Empire Records, and then just decide after that.
my wife, I strung her along for about two weeks.
Really,
2 weeks.
my old lady, I let her know I was interested.
I didn't
right
make
away.
a single move because when I met her, I had been single already for over a year, so I was already used to being single. And when I moved to Humble,
All right, so
I met 3
this guy-
girls immediately.
this guy took 2 weeks. This guy took 2 weeks. I'm telling you, I'm better at this.
Mark just proposed to his old lady, so he's
Am about
used to be. Used
How
to
long
be
have you guys
better.
been together?
About
4 or 5
5
years.
years. now.
Long enough to get married for sure.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you guys. It's awesome.
I know he finally settled down. She tamed him. She broke
Holy
him.
shit, it's amazing.
She made him a
It's
house.
also annoying.
But you have how many kids do you have, Mark?
4
4?
illegitimate.
What?
1
Zero
stepson.
kids.
He's got 0.
You don't have any? I
He's
thought you
got
had a son.
stepson.
I might, like Tim was pointing out,
You
I might have
might?
kids.
No,
I'm
he
gonna
has
go
he has a stepson or a future
Yeah.
stepson.
I have a 9-year-old awesome kid.
And he does, and it's a beautiful thing to see Mark in that role too.
Because Mark's always been the like funkle, the
You've
drunkle.
always been good with kids, man. I've seen you at the skate park before, like be super cool to some kids and like
Mark loves little
some-
kids.
yeah, for sure.
That was a weird way to say
The
it.
Michael Jackson. kid.
Danny, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, no, I've always
Danny was
been-
like
yeah.
being
It's
hella
like,
real.
Because
Tim
you
came
come
and
off,
fucked it
you
up.
come off as hard. You come off as hard. But as soon as a kid would come around, you would see the soft side. I would see
Yeah,
the soft
I
side.
can
of
see
you.
that.
I'd be like,
oh, Mark, just
this
a
guy's
big
not that bad.
softy.
This
Mark's
guy's
a
not-
pineapple. Mark's
I
a
appreciate
pineapple.
you,
He's
Dan.
sweet on
Because
the
in high
inside,
school,
but a brick on the
I
outside.
was scared of you.
Why?
Because you were intimidating, bro.
Because you wore dresses and
You
put
were
your
intimidating.
hair on.
intimidating.
Before I knew you, I was afraid of you too, Mark.
You were intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Like, 'cause you
shit.
yelled a lot. You like to yell at people.
You yelled a lot. You were
You
scary.
were rebellious and like you
Yeah,
like you didn't give a fuck about like what you said to anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember being
I
like
was
that
never
guy's
scared
fucking
of Mark.
crazy. I would
Dude,
never
some
fuck
of
with
a
that guy.
lot of the jocks didn't even fuck with you.
I was
because
never scared of Mark, dude.
They were thought you were. I
Fuck
think
you,
they thought you
Tim.
were crazy.
Once I got to know you, I just fucking fell in love with you. But before I knew you, like I was definitely scared of you for sure.
That's weird. I never thought I was like intimidating, but
Like I just remember thinking like I'm not gonna talk with that.
No,
guy.
when I first met Mark, I thought he was coming to jump me.
well,
And,
no,
and
we
according
were.
to the story, he
We
was
were
coming to
going
jump
to
me.
jump.
Who are you gonna
That
jump
was
with?
our plan.
You were scary.
Because we had ramps, because we were rollerbladers and they were
Yeah.
skateboarders.
Who were
Him
you
and
with you were gonna jump him with?
Tony Flores.
Okay. Tony Flores.
And they were like, let's go punk them and steal their shit. And then they came over and I was just like, hey, what's up? You
That's
wanna
how we
skate with
became
us?
friends. Because
We've
Tim
been
was
friends
like,
ever since.
"Hey guys, we want to be friends." I'm not making.
I was just like, hey, you guys want to skate our rail with us? They're like, because I was like, fuck, they're coming over here.
I was more scared of
Fuck,
Tony
everybody's, like, all
Flores than I
scared
was
and
of you,
shit.
though.
Tony
Like
Flores
Billy and
kinda
Billy
scary.
ran
I
inside.
was very scared of Tony.
Yeah, he was way
And
way
he
more
got
scarier than
he
Mark.
got kicked out almost immediately, didn't he? Didn't
I
he
don't
get
know, maybe.
expelled like our freshman year? Didn't he?
from. I think he was expelled from Reponent. I don't remember, but I do. I love that kid. That kid was cool,
Yeah.
and we
I
were
never-
gonna go punk.
He's
Tim.
still alive, right? You're talking about him like he's dead.
Well,
No, he's still. Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
alive.
he's still alive.
That's good.
And his brother Robert.
Is anybody- Did we lose anybody from our class?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh yeah.
A lot. Marcos.
Marcos.
Marcos for sure. Tiffany, but not from our class.
I was
Who
gonna
was,
say there's people that we lost that aren't exactly from our class, but definitely some people we lost.
There's a lot of them.
I forgot about Marcos.
Yeah, Marcos was the closest one probably, and then Tiffany,
For me,
which is
that was
Dennis and
definitely-
Danny's little sister.
He's
Yeah,
definitely the
Tiffany.
closest person in my life that I've lost, like friend wise, for sure.
Zippy.
And then Tina, and then Zippy.
And then Tina was definitely, we were at
And then-
one time really, really close.
They were younger than us. They were freshmen when we were when we were
So I'm the
seniors.
oldest.
Juniors,
But one of
maybe.
the twins died, right? Or
yeah,
was
one
it
of the
both?
twins.
What was their name? What was
I can't think
I
of it right
forget
now.
her name.
But yeah, one of the twins died. Yeah, there's a lot of people.
She died in
man.
a car accident, and I
asked somebody. I have a friend in Louisiana, and he's a younger guy. He's like 27 or something, I think. And I was like, "Hey, you know anybody that's died?" And he's like, "No." He's like, like my grandpa or whatever. I was like, "That's crazy." I always ask people that. It's amazing how many people I know that have fucking died, dude, and like crazy ways too. Like that guy Micah. Remember that guy Micah, or not Micah? Malachi.
Bobby. Was it Bobby?
Bobby? Yeah, Bobby.
Also Brian, Monica's brother.
Oh yeah, he just fucking died too.
He committed suicide, I think.
Wait, who? Danny or David?
No, Brian, Monica. What was her last name? Monica Willie, right?
Oh, Monica Willie.
Right.
Yeah.
She married the owner of Pizza Plus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So her brother, I think he on the train tracks. Pretty sure right there in Ripon.
No, that was Malachi. I don't think that was her brother.
No, I know for a fact. Brian. Yeah,
Oh,
he definitely Monica's brother.
Oh,
You remember little Monica? And that
Scoogins?
Brian was like kind of. He wore glasses and he was kind of. I think he was
All right,
like.
this is depressing.
Oh yeah, you're right. We
Right.
don't want to talk about
Right,
someone.
you should probably stop talking
Just to
about
let you know, Danny, you look good on this, and I think you're really good.
Can I
guest
please
on here.
suck you off now?
So,
Nah, you were a fucking hella good guest. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
I
great
just
coming on.
wanted to get off that. That
I
was
appreciate you guys having me on here for sure.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
dude.
It was good talking to you guys too.
It
We'll have
was
you back on
definitely.
again too. We were like getting on and doing this for a couple of nights. I'm like, fuck, why don't we just fucking air this?
I'd actually like to get a couple. How many people can you handle in here?
I think like as many as I want. I think. I don't
Because
know.
it'd be cool to get some of the other people we went to school. Like, I don't know if you talked to Wagner at all, but I miss the hell out of that guy.
Yeah,
Which
I don't
one?
really touch him.
I
that
know,
much. Dennis
yeah.
is still like exactly
Dennis
the
or
same.
Daniel?
and I heard some Daniel and
Okay.
both of them actually.
Yeah.
Both. I mean, I love Dennis too.
Yeah.
But I was really close with Daniel.
I talk to
And-
Dennis on a weekly basis. I haven't talked to Daniel in years. Unfortunately, I miss that guy.
Yeah, unfortunately I heard some bad things about him, but
I got two things. Dennis,
believe
we're gonna
everybody
do
can do it.
Dennis. We're gonna do betting.
Oh, Dennis definitely needs to come on soon for sure.
Yeah, and I would have even I don't know if Robin wanted to come on. Robin Noble. I know
I don't
you guys
if he'd
talked to
come
Reese,
on. I could ask him.
Yeah.
He'd be a fun guest. I could probably
Yeah.
get
but
Ryan on. though.
let me see who else I can think
I
of.
think I could get Robin because I know me and Robin go way back.
Well, here's the deal.
Maybe we can get
we're gonna do that. We want to get Nick Noble first.
There you go.
Maybe your dad.
My
I
dad's
want to get dads on here.
My
What
dad,
about
My
what
dad
about
probably
Randy
be down.
Bristow?
Randy Bristow.
Randy
Dude.
Bristow. Oh my god, I fucking used
I'm
to
friends with
love
her on
that
Facebook.
girl.
What a
I mean, I
weird
still love her,
person
but
to bring
man,
up.
she was so cool.
Dude,
Dang.
I love
She
that.
was,
I don't
she
know
was, she
who
was
is
so.
that.
I had a big crush on her.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think everybody did.
Everyone did. She was so
Yeah.
sweet to me though. She was always hella sweet
Yeah.
to me. I love that girl.
Everyone did. She was
But she's cool. I see her on Facebook, and she's got her son got a sweatshirt that says I love hot moms, and then she took a picture and posted it on Facebook, and her sweatshirt says I love my son's hot friends. It's fucking
Whoa. Weird.
Damn, she's down.
I was like,
Where
yeah.
were those moms when I was a kid?
Damn, they're everywhere now. Yeah, I was thinking about asking Corey. So today I asked,
Corey Knuckleholm.
Corey Knuckleholm. I asked Matt
Yeah.
Gooden. Corey
I'd
Knuckleholm.
love to talk to that guy.
Yeah,
Corey
I haven't
does.
talked to him in a long
Is
time.
he doing the brothers?
No, his brother's doing it, Chad. But Corey does Legos. He's like
Oh,
a
nice.
big Lego builder. He does these
Oh.
competitions and all. I sold him like fucking 60 pounds of Legos not too long ago.
My son is
Paid me like really well. I was like, you pay me what they're worth. I don't know. And he gave me $300. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. I told you,
like, yeah,
there's
there's a
good
lot of
money in
good things.
Legos, dude.
Yeah, you did. And I pieced them out here and there, here and there, here and there. And then COVID hit. I was like, nobody's going to fucking buy these. And they sat. And then I hit up Corey. I was like, dude, I got like 50 pounds of Legos if you want to come through. He's like, fuck yeah.
There's
I know
mini
you guys
figures
don't
that are
know,
worth
but
like
Tim's wearing my
$20,000.
fucking headphones right
The
now.
original ones, huh? With the original
No, the
faces.
convention. They're convention Legos. You had to go to conventions to get them.
Oh,
And they're like Deadpool. Dude, it's ridiculous. People will pay it too. If they find it under 20 grand, they snap it up.
Buy a house, 20 grand.
I knew-
It's
Don't
crazy.
I knew
I
that.
saw
Mark.
I saw him in a shop, and I posted him to laugh at them. It was like, look at the fucking insane prices. And somebody was like, I'll take that Deadpool right there. And I was
Wow.
like, what? I was like, you would pay 20 grand for a Lego minifigure. And they were like, you're
Wow.
obviously not a collector.
Crypto money. They got that crypto money.
Right?
What'd you say, Mark?
I
He
was
said you're wearing his
talking about
headphones.
your
He's talking
headphones.
shit.
These are not. I stole these along. They're mine now, dude. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
They're yours now.
60-day abandonment law in California. They've
You
been
guys want
you abandoned this property here.
What's up,
It's mine
Paul?
now.
I was
What?
gonna say, if you guys want to stick it out, my cousin's coming over. He can do like the last 10, 15 minutes with us if you guys want.
Who's your cousin again?
His name is Victor Garza. He's me and him have been making music together for it must have been like 25 years now together.
Did he go to HSU? I mean, did he go up to HSU? Look at me. Did he go to Rip It
No.
High?
No, he's not. No.
No.
All right, I'll pee. I'm down to hang out for another 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, I ain't doing shit.
Let me go pee real quick.
I don't know how well Mark knows him, but I know he knows about Mark because he knows about KOT and stuff like that. And then Tim knows him pretty well because me and Tim and him have been in studio sessions many times before.
What's his name?
Victor?
Do you
VI.
still talk to
Yeah, I know.
VI. Yeah, VI.
Do you still talk to Jamie, Mark?
Not very much.
No.
We're still.
I thought you guys were gonna get married for sure.
She probably thought that too.
Damn. I wonder how many girls thought that we were going to get married. At least 3.
At least 3. You thought you were gonna get married 3 times?
They thought they were going to get married.
You know, I'm really glad that I didn't get anybody pregnant and I didn't marry anybody from that area.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just-
fuck. Me too.
I'm so glad I got out of there when I did.
Yeah.
I talked about it for a long time. I talked about leaving. And when I finally left, everybody was really surprised. They were like, "Really? You're leaving?" I'm like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
I was getting hassled. I was getting the cops were if they saw me, they would pull me over.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, and I was on my skateboard. I'd be on my skateboard, and they'd just be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Fucking riding my skateboard." Like, "Oh, it's what's in your pockets." I'm like, "Fuck, dude! Like, really?"
I was harassed numerous occasions by those guys.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. And I had to get the hell out of there. And when my mom, it was funny, is my mom came home one day from work. She was working at Ripon High. And she was like, I was in my boxers, it was like 3:00 in the afternoon. And I'm watching TV in my room. And she comes in and she's like, all right. She's like, if I paid for you to go to college, would you move out? And I was like, yeah. Like, she's like, if I pay for you to live in the dorms, will you go to college and get a degree? And I was like, yeah, sure. She's like, all right. She's like, let's start applying for schools. And so I applied for Fresno and HSU. And I got into both. And she's like, all right, which one do you want to go to? And I'm like, fucking HSU.
Hello.
For Humboldt State University, like, for sure. and we went and toured the school, and we walked on campus and we're touring the school, and she immediately smelled weed in the air, and she goes, "This place is perfect for you." And I was like,
Oh, what an awesome mom, by the way.
Yeah.
Hell
he
yeah.
was like, "This place is perfect."
My
And
mom would never say that shit.
but not to I mean, she ended up.
Hey, is your mom hot? Sorry.
Mark.
That was inappropriate. That was
She worked
inappropriate.
at
I'm
Rip and
sorry.
High.
Mark
She
loves
worked at
hot
Rip and High.
moms.
I do love hot moms.
And how do you want him to respond? Like, yeah, my mom's hella hot.
Yeah, she's amazing. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's how I would.
I was told many times that my mom was a hot mom.
My mom has been, so I don't. That's how I would respond.
Yeah, Danny's
No,
mom
you
was
know
hot
whose
back in the
mom
day.
is hot is Tim's.
Oh, you knew your mom? You knew his mom?
You better watch your mouth.
Tim's mom is probably the hottest mom.
What? I love Linda, but no,
No, sir.
I love Linda, and that's all I have to say. About
I
it.
actually,
Danny, have you seen? I'm gonna ask everybody. Have you seen A Futile and Stupid Gesture?
What?
A movie called A Futile and Stupid Gesture.
it's a documentary.
Sounds familiar.
It's like a documentary, dude.
I'm planning on watching it, Tim. I just got a hold of what's it called first because you guys told me to watch.
What's it on right now?
Told me to watch that movie.
Is it
and you
on
told me
any of
to
the
watch
apps?
one more.
It's on. It's on Netflix,
All right, I'll check it out.
dude. It's a movie. It's like
I think it's on
I've
Hulu.
probably already seen it. I just can't remember the title.
it's about the guy who wrote like Animal House and Caddyshack and all
The
that.
guy
shit.
who started those comedies, like the beginning of all the
It's about that, right?
Yeah.
raunchy comedies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
God, dude, it's like the coolest.
So it's a documentary with actors.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you call it. It's like a biopic, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you guys?
I guess.
Am I the only one who watched Winning Time? You guys still haven't checked it out?
What is it?
Winning Time?
Winning Time?
Is that the
The one-
Lakers one?
Yeah.
I haven't watched
It's about
it.
Lakers.
Oh,
I'll just tell you
forgot
guys
about
this. I'm like a huge basketball fan, and the whole reason I watched it was because of the basketball aspect. But other than that, it's like it barely touches on the basketball. It's way more like cool and fun to watch and funny. And like basketball is not even really like the bottom line, really. Like I thought
That's a
it was.
TV show.
It's hella funny and hella good. And it's set in the 70s, so like all the PC shit's kind of like out the window. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about all that bullshit.
Oh, that'll be a way to get around that shit.
Well,
huh?
because that's what there was back then. There was racism. Like the first episode, it's like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, and so they talk about Magic, and they're like the young, athletic, black, smooth, flamboyant, black, and then they go, and then Larry Bird, the hard nosed, white, hard working, white. You know what I'm saying? It's like they really lean in on it. It's pretty good.
Wow.
It's refreshing because everybody's like fucking trying to step around that nowadays. Like, so it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, I think it'll get back to that eventually because I don't know. Even
And
I
there's-
see Emma, like she's 14 and all her friends are like, they ain't tripping on that shit.
There's a lot of
You know what I mean? It's like it's not real. Like they're not really
That's
tripping.
how
People
I-
really
I
aren't
feel about
tripping
it
on that.
is-
Are your kids big into YouTube?
No, TikTok.
TikTok.
I thought it'd be the cool dad because I'm a YouTuber. They're like, nobody watches YouTube.
TikTok. All right.
You're the old dad.
But she does. She does. I mean, she doesn't watch TV. I mean, but she does. I mean, she does.
Because I was
fucking does
thinking
everything.
YouTube is the future because I mean my
Oh,
kids my kids are all about YouTube. They watch.
I'm all
Mr.
about
Beast.
YouTube.
My
See,
daughter
here's
likes
the
to watch
deal. I'm
kids
sorry to
playing
cut you
with
guys
toys.
off, but YouTube is not the future anymore.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it is.
YouTube.
Yeah,
I
it is.
love
It's
YouTube.
For the
only
younger
gonna get.
generation.
It's
It's
only gonna get bigger, dude.
YouTube?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Think
like
so?
whatever you want, whatever you're into, whatever you like, you just watch about it. You can learn about it. It's fucking great. It's beautiful.
Well, adults
It's
use it
the
too.
sickest thing.
Well, I'm all about YouTube college because college is never going to be a thing ever again. Like,
Oh yeah, I think it's going away. I mean, I hope it's
Yale
going away.
and
Well, I
shit
think
like
it depends. I think it depends on what you're trying to do. You know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of like colleges are really like the worst spots
You're
nowadays.
still gonna have to go to college to be a doctor.
when it comes to
That's
being
what I'm saying. If you want to be a fucking doctor, a
You're
lawyer,
still gonna have to go to college to.
but if you want to be a
an
journalist or fucking
engineer.
just start being
I
a
don't
journalist, start
think you're
writing
gonna have to
articles,
go
start
for as many
investigating.
years anymore. Okay, so I don't know, Paul, you're a bartender. That's awesome. But with me and Tim, like we do, he does YouTube, and me, like anything I have to do as far as work goes, like I can just learn that on YouTube. Like if I don't know how to do it,
hell yeah,
YouTube will tell me how to do it.
it's great.
So I really think that colleges are not going to be a thing in the future.
Because you can learn
I don't
anything
know
you want.
how long ago. Go ahead.
Because you can learn whatever you want to learn, and you don't have to learn what they want you to learn. That's the whole thing. It's like that's how education should have been in the first place. It should have been teaching kids what they're interested in instead of making them learn a bunch of algebra and fucking bullshit. It's all indoctrination. Like that's college. College is super indoctrinated now, and it's all like they're teaching fucked up shit in schools now. In my opinion.
Right.
I'm not trying to get political, but I don't want my kid fucking thinking that he's a fucking she or she's a he whenever they're fucking 8 years old and shit. Like it's disgusting. Like
Don't even get me started on that shit.
That's what school is to me now. School is just like fucking school is fucked.
My son, okay, he came home and was like somebody that my son's gonna be 9. Okay.
Oh shit.
And he in Humble, we deal with that a lot.
I want to hear the story, but my cousin just got here.
Yeah, no, I can wait for you.
Damn it.
All right, keep talking. What do you think?
Well, okay, so my son came to me and I kind of went away for him to tell this because he's gonna want to hear this. Yeah, he's coming right now.
No, we're just talking.
Okay, good. All right. So what I was gonna say is my son came to me and he was like, so there's this person, and Humboldt County is huge about that. Like you see this a lot. You see a lot of transgender. It's just it's in your face.
Yeah.
And you just have to deal with it. And I've actually had one of my good friends come into me at Radio Shack, and we used to hang out and smoke together. And he comes in dressed as a woman, and I was like, I played it off. I was like, "What's up, buddy?" And he pretended like we didn't know each other. He was like, "Oh, I need to get minutes on my phone." Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not making fun.
I don't need to laugh.
That's literally how we talked. Like, you could tell he hadn't taken any hormones. And he spoke like, and he just pretended like he didn't know me. And I was like, dude, like, seriously? Like, we hung out. So anyways, back to my story is my son came to me and he's like, there's this person at my school that helps me with my stuff. And I don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
Oh, shit.
And I just want to know if it's a boy or a girl. So he comes home to us and we're like, oh shit. So my wife approaches the school about it, and she's talking to the teacher, and she was like, "Hey, by the way, Jason was just wondering, I thought it was kind of nice of him. He didn't bring it up to anybody else. He brought it up to us, and he asked us, if this person was a man or a woman." And she's like, "Oh, that's so awesome. I'm really glad that you brought that up. They classify themselves as them." And I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to explain this to my 9-year-old? Like, that they classify themselves as a them. Like, what the fuck is that?
Like, you know what I classify it as myself?
You're getting too political, but I fucking 100% agree with you.
It's like, how do I explain that to a 9-year-old?
Yeah.
Well, just tell them that that a guy who classifies as she and it.
Yeah, and it's like, that's what I'm. It's an it, son. It's an it.
No, you missed my joke. You missed my joke, dude.
I'm sorry, but
I said I identify as she and it.
Oh,
because I'm the shit.
I didn't even.
Well, you missed your joke.
Where's VI at?
VI's here. VI, if you want to come here, you take this chair and I'll.
But yeah, dude, I don't.
Yeah, it's strange time.
You know, again, here's my analogy. Okay,
What's up, fellas?
if you wanna be, what's up, man? How you doing?
All right.
If you wanna be a boy or a girl or a unicorn or a
Mermaid.
or a mermaid or whatever, then you know what? I want to be classified as a millionaire.
There
Okay,
you go.
just like them. Okay, you know they don't necessarily have a penis or a vagina, but they want to be a man or a woman. They want to be, but they don't have a horn. You know, so but they want to be a unicorn. But I'm a millionaire. I don't have money, but
What's up, Joseph?
I'm a millionaire. I classify myself as a millionaire.
So you
And
should
I
get
want all
comped.
the
So you
shit
should be getting
that
comped
fucking
rooms and
millionaires
comped
get.
meals and stuff.
I want
What
all
fuck?
the shit that millionaires get.
Yeah, free
I mean,
shit.
that's-
Comped rooms,
You can't do that though.
first class treatment on the
I mean,
airplanes.
if you're
Here's the problem.
I classify as a millionaire.
Doesn't give you that. You're just like, but I identify as a millionaire. What?
I identify as a millionaire. I'm not gonna write coach.
The,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
difference is you can't do that because you don't have money.
Well,
you can't
Whoa.
be a man unless you have a penis.
I understand. That's fine.
Straight up.
But
I don't
Mark,
care what
Mark's
anybody
getting
says.
tired. Look
I
at him.
am tired.
Mark is very tired.
But you can't. The problem is if you don't have the things, just like
We're gonna
you
get in
said,
trouble for this one too.
I
You
know.
teach them.
We're
We already
getting
got in
canceled.
trouble a long
We're,
time.
We fucking
we're
are canceled.
demonetized already. But if you don't have money, you can't be a millionaire.
Yeah, but if you, we already made that point. If you don't
No,
have,
you can identify as one though.
I can
No, you
identify.
can't.
Yeah, you
can.
If you don't have money, you can't identify as one.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
you can.
believe in my heart that I'm a millionaire.
Yep.
Do you identify as a Bears fan?
All right.
Are you okay?
Thanks
So
for
there
that.
you go.
All
That's a
right.
good one.
Tim brought up my fandom for Bears.
I'm just saying, it's the
Joseph.
same thing. It's whatever you want to be.
The Bears.
Yeah, but you
It's your
need
own
to
belief.
have something to do that. So as a Bears fan, I can identify.
You have season tickets?
Just no.
Oh, well then you identify as a Bear fan. You're not an actual
I
Bears
just
fan.
identify. Joseph can't identify.
You
Danny
can't identify. You're not a detective. What are you trying to say?
You need millions of dollars to identify as a millionaire.
To be a millionaire, but to identify as a millionaire, you just have to believe in your own mind
Yeah,
that
don't
you
get me
are
wrong.
a millionaire.
Me,
I
be
respect.
crazy, and be like, I'm crazy. I think I'm a millionaire.
So when you go to the airport,
Okay.
you like I like to be
I get
upgraded to first
just-
class because I identify as millionaire and I'm not going to pay for it.
I think that if you have a dick and you don't want it anymore, you need therapy. You don't need to cut your dick off. That's
You don't have to kid it off. Just tape it back. Mark's done it before. It looks fine. It looks like bananas and ping pong
you know,
balls.
like
But you know, I don't have anything against any of that stuff. You know,
I don't have any problem with
If
any
you
of
go
that.
through
shit.
that transition, you know
Doesn't
that
bother
I
me.
understand. That's a
you guys are
difficult
so
thing to go
fucking
through.
understanding. I wish I could be like that.
And you know, one thing that I used to, I'll admit right now, I used to be a huge homophobe. I used to be completely against homosexuals, and I didn't like gay because
I know
that's how I was
somebody
brought
who's
up.
like that. I know somebody who didn't want to be my friend anymore because I made him sit next to a gay guy in a car.
And that's
Joseph.
how
It was
brought up.
Joseph.
I remember.
It was Joseph.
He was
And I'll
so
tell you
mad.
what-
I can't fucking believe you made me sit next to that faggot. Fucking.
I'll tell you what, I
Wait,
have
how
to respect.
Hold on. Who was the fag?
So it's way back in the day. I was
You can't say that anymore.
He
It's
was though. He was
2022,
like
you can't say that anymore.
he was like a flamer, and he was
It
proud
was
of
like
it.
a
But
friend of a friend.
it was Samantha. You remember Samantha and Hillary and all those girls?
Yeah.
So it was like one of their friends. His name was Chris.
I was such an asshole. I remember sitting like in your car, like against the
Like,
door, like
don't-
as far as
don't-
possibly could.
I don't want to get gay. I don't want to get gay from you.
Yeah, like he was gonna turn me gay or something.
Like,
Yeah,
don't touch me. I don't want to get gay.
I feel so bad about it now.
You have to.
Wait, so
I
have
remember
to
you bringing that
respect-
up. You're like, you know what? I'm so embarrassed of. I can't
I am
believe.
embarrassed of that.
I remember you like telling me like one day I'm embarrassed how I acted that day and blah blah. Blah.
Yeah,
I was like,
hell
dude, that was like
You have
20
to
years
respect
ago.
the struggle of a gay man.
It was
Gay
like 20.
man.
What's
so
that,
a
Danny?
gay-
What's that, Danny?
You have to respect the struggle of a gay man.
Fuck yeah.
A gay man
To be
has
gay
the
at
not
that age.
and not as hard. Females have it hard too, but I feel like butch ones they get it really hard.
Yeah.
But the lipstick lesbians is what they call them. I don't know if I'm using proper terms.
Everybody loves them.
But yeah, everybody loves them, and they're all good about their transition. But
Yep.
the gay man,
Oh
I
man.
mean,
You
when
gotta-
I watched the documentary about Freddie Mercury,
yeah.
you know the
I was
funny thing is,
holy
I
shit!
actually like gay men more than I like gay women.
I'm cutting that out. I'm cutting that, and that's
You're
gonna be a
just gonna
video.
cut that out?
Mark saying,
Why?
"Hey, I
Why?
like gay men."
So I did
Mark, I know what you mean though. Like you don't have to worry about a gay man, but you do have to worry about females. You know what I'm saying? And like that's like the
Oh,
other
I had
night
a girl try to sneak up on my wife. She was trying to steal my wife from me, right in front of me.
The other night at my bar, my clientele was mostly gay, and I felt so comfortable because I knew nobody was gonna start shit. Nobody was gonna be a dick to me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was being hella nice. Everybody tipped good. You know, like I've grown to understand that. You know that.
They go through a struggle.
So here's my problem.
Look at
is
Tiger King, dude. I mean, that guy.
I went to what is it? Blue Bull? No.
Brave Bull.
Red
Brave Bull.
Brave Bull.
Brave Bull. So I got kicked out of that bar because I was a man. And then I've been to many gay bars because I don't give a shit.
Because I'm gay.
But not one.
Because I'm a
time-
pretty man, and gay men would buy me drinks.
See, and that's the problem. They would not buy me drinks.
Because they knew you were there,
I'm
just trying
so
to
mad.
scheme.
I'm just like, buy me drinks. What the hell?
It's because
And
you have
they
2
did not.
earrings. You just needed one. They knew you weren't
It's
gay.
because you give off a straight ass vibe. There's nothing about
See,
you.
and I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Like when at
There's
the
a period of
Brave
time
Bull,
I thought Mark was gay.
I didn't know
Mark
that.
too.
I gave
When he came to school in a dress.
That's a shock
He came to
factor.
school in a dress. I was like, he's gay.
Yeah, but even then he was masculine about it.
I mean, like he was when he sucks dick, he's like not gay about it either.
When he sucked dick, he was masculine about
He's
it.
like not even gay. Like I've seen Mark suck dick, and he's like, it's not like he's so not gay about it. He's the least gay dick sucker I've ever seen.
Right,
So
I'm leaving.
heterosexually.
I'm getting
What
tired,
a
dude.
dick, dude.
This is delirious.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty fucking delirious. For sure.
You're setting yourself up. You're making it too easy. You're
I
saying shit.
appreciate it though. That's hilarious. So, you
Oh, I'm fucking
are you gonna introduce your cousin here or what?
Well, he's not. He's gonna do.
No,
his
he's
own-
gonna say,
He's
Yeah,
gonna be on his own episode, but he just came for the late night. If you want to scoot over just a little bit, because this is my
Yeah.
cousin Vi.
What's up, fellas?
He's my partner in rhyme. We made hundreds and hundreds of songs together since we were
Yep.
like 13, and we're old as fuck. So it's a lot of hours in the studio together, a lot of love, and yeah. And this is Vi. Welcome, Vi.
Yeah. I'll have to get you on your own episode, dude. Let us
I
know.
identify as brown and fat.
Brown and fat, dude. I'm white and fat. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, my friend. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap it. Let's wrap it up. That was a good one, man.
Yeah,
It's almost
we
been
gotta
3
wrap it.
hours.
good talking to you guys.
All
Yeah,
right,
you
too,
too.
Danny.
Seeing you, Danny.
Keep it up, man. Good luck on the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked what I caught on this
That was
episode. Good conversation.
Yeah, that's good. They're usually pretty good. They're pretty fun, man.
This was like the raciest one by far that we've done.
Yeah, this one was definitely.
Never heard of masculine.
You
dick.
might want to cut out the last hour.
This was the most colorful one for sure.
All right, I love you guys.
Yeah.
All right, love you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Love you, Mark.
Later.
Oh yeah.
All right. Peace.